Oh, excuse me. Well, welcome to my office, everyone. I think I should probably explain what we're going to be doing today, because it's quite unique. I don't think we've done one of these since, I want to say 2022, 2021, 2022. I don't remember when the last time we did like a music, or not music, but a movie script reading, because the big meme, let me tell you, chat. The big meme when VTuber started out was the ultimate punishment. The big meme and ultimate punishment when VTubers started to become a thing in 2020 was reading the B-movie script. Why? I have no idea. Looking back at it, it felt kind of cringe and very forced. But that was a big meme, and I partook in that for one of my first ever subathons, actually. What have I done a subathon? I don't even think I've done a subathon since then. But, yes, that was part of my first ever subathons, was the ultimate goal was to read the B-movie script as a punishment and as a thank you for supporting me. Now, 2 weeks ago, I did a stream on Irium where it was pretty much like a word game. You guys would pretty much like donate to ban a word. It was a ban words game. So pretty much chat donated and they would I could not say a word. I could not say the word that they picked. And if I did say it, I would lose. So I lost like 3 times. Was it twice? I thought it was 3 times. I thought it was 3 times. I'm not too sure. I don't remember. But either way, I lost. I lost that pretty badly. I didn't even last 30 minutes. So, the punishment was read the entire American Psycho movie script. And I literally have it here. I'm not kidding. I have the script here. American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis, latest draft. From the 2000 hit movie, American Psycho. Based off of the hit book, American Psycho. So, as you can see, we are set up for the occasion, actually. We are set up for the occasion. I thought I would do a cute little office setup like this, and I think it looks pretty good. I literally just made this in an hour, and it looks pretty good. Hold on, let me get my reference image. I gotta show you the reference image I used. It looks pretty close to the original. Hold on. It looks pretty close to the original. Where's my reference image? I used... which one did I use? I use a version of this one. There we go. Wow, she's so cool. She did it like, oh, I put a little bit of my own twist into things, as you can see, but for the most part, it stays pretty true to the vibe. Yeah. Look, I even got the building alignment almost. I almost got the building alignment, but it's pretty close. Yeah, it's pretty close. So yes, today, chat, we are going to be doing a script reading, a movie script reading of American Psycho, the hit 2000 movie. It takes place in the 80s. And of course, you guys know American Psycho. You guys know like the movie. It's quite literally the quintessential, literally me movie that like everyone pretty much memes to hell and back. I unironically love this movie so much, chat. I love it. I watch it like pretty much like every other week. Yeah, I pretty much watch it every other week at this point. It's quite something. So we're gonna be acting out your favorite scenes. We even got music and ambience and the actual OST ready to go here for like every single little scene. Like, we are ready. We are ready to cook, chat. We are ready to go. So, I don't know how else to kick this off. Other than, can I just show you guys my schedule real quick before we start? I guess I don't know. I didn't really think about like how can I kick this off? Like, what's a good way of starting this off? Like, I don't know. I don't know, chat. But we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. Yeah, I got the full immersion. I am so ready. I am so ready. I practiced this all day. Okay. Before we get started, though, let me go over my schedule real quick, and then we'll get started. We'll get started. So add existing. Where is my? Oh, I guess I don't have it here. Do I not have it on this scene? Okay, I'm gonna grab it real quick. Okay. Here is our I almost said script. Here is our schedule for the rest of the week. We'll have a music listen along at the end of well, not at the end, but on area today. And then tomorrow is gonna be super special. It'll be a simulcast stream, an 8-hour party on the Twitch front page. Twitch has allowed me to be on the front page. Let's see how long that lasts and if I get banned by the end of it. LMAO. But yes, we'll have a FPS, DDR, karaoke, you laugh, you lose, and so much more activities happening. I'll be releasing a full schedule of events later on tonight, so please look forward to it. Other than that, we have area streams for the rest of the weekend. Please come by for it. Yay. I think that's it. All right, so before we begin, let's go and say hi to you guys. So feel free to use a hello. Oh wait, we're not on Twitch. That's right. So feel free to drop a hello in the chat, and I will say hi back to you. Or drop an emote, whatever, baby. Make yourself also say hello to the participants chat. And while you guys do that, let's go ahead and say hello to our lurkers and watchers. Thank you so much, guys, to be here. No matter what you guys are doing, working hard, playing hard, studying hard, or watching the final at a later time. I appreciate every single one of you guys here, and I hope you have a lovely day, everyone. Have a lovely, lovely day. Lovely Thursday, by the way. Lovely, lovely Thursday. Okay. So let's say hello to everyone now. Let's say hello to Aaron, Cornelius, Casper, Colin, Dang Laddie, WJ, Dull, ESB Super, Gasper, Helmet, Kench, Q, Lanam, Operators, Pogway Gaming, Porco Terry, Ren, and Richard Returns. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you guys for the memberships. Pogway Gaming and Q. Pogway, thank you so much for your membership for 4 months. Happy 4-month anniversary to us. And Q, thank you so much for your membership for 3 months. Happy 3-month anniversary to us. Thank you, thank you. I just got back from returning some videotapes. Oh my god, we're gonna return videotapes too. We are gonna return some videotapes. Okay, and real quick, just to show you guys proof. Just to show you guys proof. Here's the script. It's all right here. It's all 100%. I have the actual script like right here and everything. It is real. It is quite long. It's 117 pages. But it's a real script and we got it. It's quite literally the literal script from American Psycho. And it's 117 pages. All right. I guess with that proof out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. Why don't we? Why don't we get started and let's go ahead, turn this off, and let's get started. This is a dramatic reading of American Psycho 2000 movie script reading. Let's go ahead and go. This feels really silly. didn't forget words. I'm just getting into the mood. It's the mood. So, an intensely expensive restaurant on the Upper East Side. The decor is a mixture of cheap and rustic, with swag silk curtains, handwritten menus, and pale pink tablecloths, decorated with arrangements of moss, twigs, and hideous exotic flowers. The clientele is young, wealthy, and confident, dressed in height of the late 80s style, poofy lacroix dresses, silky Elenas, and Armani power suits. Closing on a waiter, reading out the specials. With goat cheese and 𝗕𝗿𝗶𝗴𝗺, and I also have an 𝗟R𝘆liche Caesar salad. For entree tonight, I have a swordfish meatloaf with onion marmalade, a rare roasted partridge breast in raspberry cosulias with a 𝗟R𝘆liche, huge white porcelain plates to send on very pink pale linen tablecloths. Each entry is a rectangle about 4 inches sugar square, look exactly alike. Close on various dinners as we hear fragments on conversation. Is that Charlie Sheen over there? Excuse me, I ordered a cactus pear sorbet. Waiter, and the grilled free-range rabbit with herb french fries. Our pasta tonight is squid ravioli in a lemongrass broth. Close in on a porcelain plate containing elaborate perpendicular desserts descending on another table. Patrick Bateman, Timothy Price, and Craig Mercerdahl and David Van Patten are all at a table set of 4, and they are all wearing expensively cut suits, suspenders, slick back hair. Van Patten wears horn-rimmed glasses. The camera moves in on Bateman as his narration begins. We're sitting in pastels, this Novel Northern California place on the Upper East Side. The waiter sets down plates containing tiny, elaborately decorated starters. As he does so, we hear Bateman's description of each of the men at the table. You'll notice that my friends and I all look and behave in remarkably similar fashion, but there are many subtle differences between us. McDermott is the biggest asshole. Van Patten is the yes man. Price is the most wired. I'm the best looking. We all have... We're too fast. Van Patten is the yes man. Price is the most wired. I'm the best looking. We all have light tans. Right now, I'm in a bad mood because this is not a good table, and Van Patten keeps asking dumb, obvious questions about how to dress. Van Patten says, "What are the rules for a sweater vest?" McDermott, "What do you mean?" Price, "Yes, clarify." McDermott, "Well, it is strictly informal." Bateman, "Or can it be worn with a suit?" McDermott, smiling, "Exactly." Bateman, "With discreet prince tights, you should wear a subtle blue or charcoal gray vest. A plaid suit would call for a bolder vest." McDermott, "But avoid matching the vest pattern with your socks or tie. Wearing argyle socks with an argyle vest will look too studded." Excuse me. Van Patten, "You think so?" Price, "You'll look like you'll consistently work for the look." Van Patten, "Good point. Excuse me, gentlemen." Van Patten leaves the table. As he does so, a busboy discreetly removes their largely untouched plates. Bateman, "Van Patten looks puffy. Has he stopped working out?" Price, It looks that way, doesn't it?" McDermott started staring at the retreating waiter. "Did he just take our plates away?" Price, He took them away because the portions are so small and he probably thought we were finished. God, I hate this place. This is a chick's restaurant. Why are we at a Dorcia's?" McDermott, "Because Bateman won't give matter d-head. He he guffaws. Bateman throws a swizzling stick at him. McDermott scans the room, settling on a handsome young man with slick back hair and horn-rimmed glasses. McDermott, "Is that Reed Robinson over there?" Price, "Are you freebasing or what? That's not Robinson." McDermott, "Who is it then?" Price, "That's Paul Owen." Bateman, "That's not Paul Owen. Paul Owen's over there on the other side of the room. Over there." He points at another handsome young man with slick back hair and horn-rimmed glasses. The joke is that they all look the same. McDermott, who is he with? Price, distracted by the waitress's cleavage as she bends over to uncork the bottle of wine. The waitress glares at him. Some weasel for kicker Peabody. Van Patten returns. They don't have... I love this line. Van Patten returns. Van Patten, they don't have a good bathroom to do coke in. McDermott, are you sure that's Paulo over there? Price, yes, McDoofus, I am. McDermott, he's handling the Fisher account. Price, lucky bastard. McDermott, lucky... Oh, I forgot about this line. Oh, God. Lucky Jew bastard. Bateman, oh, Jesus, McDermott. What does that have to do with anything? McDermott, listen, I've seen the bastard sitting in his office on his phone with the CEO spinning a fucking menorah. The bastard brought a Hanukkah bush into the office last December. Bateman, you spin a dreidel, McDermott. Not a menorah. You spin a dreidel. McDermott, oh my God, Bateman, do you want me to fry you up some fucking potato pancakes? Some latkes? Bateman, no, just cool out with the anti-Semitic remarks. I forgot about these lines, oh my God. McDermott, oh, I forgot. Bateman's dating someone from the ACLU. Price leans over and pats Bateman on the back. The voice of reason, the boy next door, and speaking of reasonable, he shows McDermott the bill for the meal. Only $470? Van Patten, not bad. The others murmur agreement. 4 platinum Amex cards slapped down on the table. Bateman, so now we're in a limousine. Too early. Now we're in a limousine. So let me go ahead and get this ambience on. Bateman is pouring a vintage champagne into flutes. Price is lighting up a cigar. Last week I picked up this Venice chick. Van Patten, oh my God, I was there. I don't need to hear this story again. McDermott, but I never told you. What happened afterwards? So okay, I pick up this Vassar chick at Tunnel. Hot number, big tits, great legs. This chick was a little hard body, and so I buy her in a couple of champagne kirks, and she's in their city on the spring break. She's in the city on the spring break, and she's practically blowing me in the chandelier room. And so I take her back to my place. Bateman, whoa, wait. May I ask where Pamela is during all this? McDermott, oh, fuck you. I want a blowjob, Bateman. I want a chick who's gonna let me... Van Patten putting his hand over his ears. I don't want to hear this. This is going to say something disgusting. McDermott, you prude. Listen, we're not going to invest in some co-op together on jet down to St. Bart's. I just want some chick whose face I could sit on for 30 or 40 minutes. Price throws a cigar at McDermott, who catches it. Anyways, so we're going back to my place. Listen to this. She has enough champagne by now to get a fucking rhino tipsy. And get this! Van Patten, she lets you fuck her without a condom. McDermott, this is a Vassar girl. She's not from Queens. She would only... Are you ready? Dramatic pause. Would only give me a hand job. And get this. She kept her glove on. The men sit in shock, horrified. In unison, never date a Vassar girl. Exit. Now we're in the nightclub. Let's get the nightclub at me. There we go. Okay. So the limo pulls up to the sidewalk outside Tunnel. McDermott holds open the door and passing homeless man, who look confused. McDermott, I suppose he doesn't want the car. Price, ask him if he takes American Express. Price offers car. You take Amex, dude. The man stumbles away. The club doorman, seeing this limousine, unhooks the velvet rope and welcomes him inside. So now we're in the Tunnel at night. Brilliant white light, a bemused elderly female attendant in a black and white maid's uniform tries to give out paper towels. Music thuds through the open doorway. Trash-looking girls stare into the mirrors repeatedly in their eye makeup or sit on the counter chatting to friends. There are almost as many men as women on the floor. Couples standing in line, twitching as they wait to do coke. As soon as one in the bathroom door opens, a couple lunges over, out rubbing their noses while another couple rushes past them and slams the door. Now we do this one. Price. There's a theory out now that if you have let me start that over. Price. There's a theory out now that if you can catch AIDS virus through having sex with someone who is affected, then you can also catch anything. Alzheimer's, muscular dystrophy, hemophilia, leukemia, diabetes, dyslexia. For Christ's sakes, you can get dyslexia from pussy. Bateman. I'm not sure, Guy, but I don't think dyslexia is a virus. Price. Oh, who knows? They don't know that. Prove it. Price the baby finally get a stall in Russian. Price is sweating. Price, I'm shaking. You open it. Bateman opens a tiny packet of Coke. Price, geez, it's not a hell of a lot, is it? Bateman, maybe it's just the light. Price, is he fucking selling it in the milligram? Price continued. He dips his corner of his Amex card into a packet and takes a snort. Oh my god. Bateman, what? It's a fucking milligram of sweet and low. Bateman dips his Amex into the envelope and snorts. Bateman, it is definitely weak, but I have a feeling if we do enough, we'll be okay. Price, I want to get high off of this, Bateman, not sprinkle it on my fucking all brain. The guy in the stall next door yells at them in an effeminated voice. Could you keep it down? I'm trying to do drugs. Price pounds his fist against the stall. Shut up! Bateman, calm down. Let's do it anyways. Price, I guess you're right. That's it. Oh, I can't say this word. Oh my god. That's it. If this yabber in the next stall thinks it's okay, fuck you! Price trying to climb up against the aluminum divider. No, fuck you! He collapses, panting against the stall door. Sorry, dude. Steroids. Okay, let's do it. Bateman, that's the spirit. They both dig up their platinum Amex cards into the envelope with powder, shoveling it up their noses, then sticking their fingers in to catch the residue and rubbing it into their gums. Alright, back out on the nightclub. Famous staunters towards the bar and Pump Up the Volume plays in the background. I don't have that song, so we're gonna make do. Bateman to the bar girl, too slowly on the rocks. He hands her 2 drink tickets. Bar girl, it's after 11. There aren't good anymore. It's a cash bar. That'll be $25. Bateman pulls an expensive looking wallet and hands her a 50. She turns back and searches the cash register for change. Bateman, you're a fucking ugly bitch, and I want to stab you to death and then play around with your blood. The music muffles his voice. She turns around. He is smiling at her, gives her his change impassively. Alright. Best scene right here. Best scene right here. Now we can have this one on. In the morning, a table looks at Bateman's apartment in the early morning light. A huge white living room with the floor-to-ceiling windows looking out into Manhattan, decorated in expensive, minimalist, high-style, bleached oak floors, a huge white sofa, a large Pastelli's painting, hung upside down of course, and much expensive electronic equipment. The room is impeccably neat and oddly impersonal, as if it sprung straight from the pages of a design magazine. My name is Patrick Bateman. I am 26 years old. I live in the American Gardens building on West 81st Street, on the 11th floor. Tom Cruise lives in the penthouse. Bateman walks into his bathroom, urinates while trying to see his reflection in the poster for Les Miserables above his toilet. I believe in taking care of myself, and a balanced diet, and a rigorous exercise routine. In the morning, if my face is a little puffy, I'll put on an ice pack while doing stomach crunches. I could do 1,000 now. Bateman ties a plastic ice pack around his face. Bateman does his morning stretches exercise in the living room, wearing the ice pack. A mirror-lined bathroom. Bateman is luxuriating in the shower, steaming, scrubbing his body, admiring his muscles. After I remove the ice pack, I use a deep pore cleansing lotion. In the shower, I use a water-activated gel cleanser, then a honey almond body scrub, and on the face, an exfoliating gel scrub. Bateman stands in front of a massive marble sink, applying a gel facial mask. Then I apply a herbal mint facial mask while I leave on for 10 minutes while I prepare the rest of my routine. Bateman opens up the door of a mirror cabinet, which is stocked with an immaculate rows of skincare products. He begins selecting bottles, jars, and brushes, laying them in readiness on the marble counter. I always use an aftershave lotion, which is little to no alcohol because alcohol dries your face out and makes you look older. then moisturizer, then an anti-aging eye balm, followed by a final moisturizer protective lotion. Bateman stares into the mirror, and the mask has dried, giving him his face a strange distorted look as he's been wrapped in plastic. He begins slowly peeling back the gel mask of his face. There's an idea, Patrick Bateman. Some kind of extraction. But there's no real me. Only an entity. Something illusionary. And the thought that I can hide my cold gaze and you could shake my hand and feel fresh gripping yours, and maybe it can even sense our lifestyles are probably comparable. I simply am not there. And now, this. Wait for it to go. As Bateman walks down the corridor, he passes another man who looks just like him. Morning, Hamilton. Nice tan. Bateman walks past the desk of Jean, his secretary, pulling his Walkman from his neck. Jean is attractively wholesome, earnest, and she smiles shyly. She loves him. Late? Bateman, aerobics class. Sorry. Any messages? Jean, Ricky Hendricks had to cancel today. He didn't say what he was canceling or why. Bateman, I occasionally box with Ricky at the Harvard Club. Anyone else? Jean, and Spencer wants to meet you for a drink of Felice Pierce, a 17. Bateman, when? Jean, after 6. Bateman, negative. Cancel it. Jean follows him into the office. And now we can do that. And where's my office here? Oh god, where's my office here? Yes. Okay. And what do I say? Just say no. Just say no? Jean stands at his desk, waiting for instructions. Bateman, okay, Jean. I need a reservation for 3 at Camello's at 12:30, and if not there, try crayons. All right? Jean, playfully, yes, sir. She turns to leave. Bateman, oh wait, and I need a reservation for 2 at Arcadia at 8 tonight. Jean turns around. Oh, something romantic? Bateman, no, silly. Forget it. I'll make them. Thanks. Jean, I'll do it. Bateman, no, be a doll and just get me a Pierre, okay? Jean, you look nice today. Jean exits. Bateman straightens some magazines in his office, lifts a painting off the wall and puts it back at a slightly different angle. He fiddles with some pencils in a beer stein. He puts on some music and flips through a Sports Illustrated. He buzzes Jean, comes in a moment later with the Pierre and a file. Jean, yes? Bateman, is that a ransom file? Thanks. Don't wear that outfit again. Jean, what? I didn't hear you. Bateman, I said, do not wear that outfit again. Wear a dress, a skirt or something. Jean stands there, then looks down at herself, smiling bravely. You don't like this, I take it. Bateman, come on. You're prettier than that. Jean, sarcastically, thanks, Patrick. The phone rings and Jean turns to leave. Bateman, I'm not here. And high heels. I like high heels. As Jean leaves, Bateman clicks on the TV set in the corner of the room and starts watching Jeopardy. So, in a taxi in the evening. So let's go ahead and get my ambience again. Where's my car ambience? Where is it? Okay, hold on. I gotta find my car ambience again. God dang it. Give me a sec, sorry. There we go. And now, of course, we need these quintessential There we go. Okay, cool. Evelyn Williams, Patrick Bateman's fiance, is making notes with a gold cross pen and slipping a bottle of mineral water. Evelyn is a blonde, classic, beautiful, expensively educated, and utterly pleased with herself. She usually addresses Patrick as if he were a small child. Evelyn, I want a zydeco band, Patrick. That's what I want, a zydeco band. Or a mariachi, or a reggae. Something ethnic to shock Daddy. Oh, I can't decide. Lots of chocolate truffles, godiva, and oysters on the half shell. Closing on Patrick, who's wearing a Walkman and staring out the window. I'm trying to listen to the new George Michael tape, but Evelyn, my supposed fiance, keeps buzzing in my ear. Evelyn continues to make notes. Marzipan, pink tents, hundreds of thousands of roses, photographers, and libos. We'll get Anne Libodies, and we'll hire someone to videotape. Patrick, we should do it. Removes his Walkman. Do what? Evelyn, get married. Have a wedding. Bateman, Evelyn, yes, starting? Bateman, is your Evian spiked? Evelyn, we should do it. Bateman, no, I can't take time off work. Evelyn, your father practically owns the company. You can do anything you like, silly. Bateman, I don't want to talk about it. Evelyn, well, you hate that job anyways. Why don't you just quit? You don't have to work. Bateman, because I want to fit in. Okay. Ambience change. Now we get our restaurant ambience. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're at the Escape restaurant at night now. A cavernous garage, harshly spot-lit, decorated in self-conscious brutalistic chic. Iron gliders, wall of wax plaster featuring exposed rusted pipes, a huge shambles smashed plate painting on the wall. Tables and chairs are made of extremely uncomfortable bolted steel. I'm on the verge of tears by the time we arrive to Escape, since I'm positive we won't have a decent table. But we do, and a relief washes over me in an awesome wave. Tim Pierce and two downtown tights, Stash and Vanden, are already seated. Vanden is about 20, pretty and sullen, with green streaks in her black hair. Stash is pale, with ragged black hair and bad skin. They're all trying to reach large stainless steel menus. They look like minimalist art. Price, this menu's in Braille. He gets up and greets them, giving Evelyn a suspiciously long kiss. Price, I have to talk to you. He drags her away, half giggling and protesting. Evelyn, over the shoulder. Pat, this is my cousin, Vanden, and her boyfriend, Stash. He's an artist. Bateman, after smiling in his own reflection in the mirror and checking his hair. Hi, Pat Bateman. Vanden takes his hand reluctantly and says nothing. Bateman, let me guess. You live in the East Village. Pause. Stash, Soho. Courtney Rollison and Louis Carthuis arrive at the table. Courtney is blonde, classically beautiful, and from precisely the same social background as Evelyn, but she is considerably more fragile and erotic. Louis is a half English and half Argentinian, I didn't know he was Argentinian, okay. Slightly overweight, a rarity in this crowd, puppyish and eager to please. He wears the same type of designer clothes as Price and Bateman, but with floppish tendencies. Velvet jacket, bow ties, boldly patterned and vest. They exchange air kisses as soon as Louis turns his back and Bateman sticks a kiss on Courtney's neck. Courtney, stop it! Stash and Vanden watch them in silence. So later, Price is whispering into Evelyn's ear. Everyone else is quietly eating except for Bateman, who is drinking and watching Evelyn and Price. Bateman, I am fairly certain that Timothy and Evelyn are having an affair. Timothy is the only interesting person I know. Courtney is almost perfect looking. She usually is operating on 1 or 2 psychiatric drugs. Tonight, I believe it's Xanax. More disturbingly than her drug use, though, is the fact that she's engaged to Louis Carthulius, the biggest doofus in the business. Courtney rouses herself from her drug haze. Tell me, Stash, do you think that Soho is becoming too commercial? Yes, I read that. Price, oh, who gives a rat's ass? Vanden, hey, that affects us. Price, wired on Coke. Oh, this affects us? What about the massacres of Sri Lanka, honey? Doesn't that affect us too? I mean, don't you know anything about Sri Lanka? About how the skis are killing tons of Israelis there? Doesn't that affect us? Bateman, oh, come on, Price. There's a lot more important things than Sri Lanka to worry about. Surely, our foreign policy is important, but there are more pressing problems at hand. Price, like what? Bateman, well, we have to end the apartheid for once, and slow down the nuclear arms race, stop terrorism and world hunger. But we can't ignore our social needs either. We have to stop people from abusing the welfare system. We have to provide food and shelter for the homeless, and oppose racial discrimination, and provide civil rights while also promoting equal rights for women, but change the abortion laws to protect the right of life, yet still somehow maintain women's freedom of choice. The table says at Bateman uncomfortably. Bateman, while also having the control of influx of illegal immigrants, we have to encourage the return to traditional moral values and curb graphic sex and violence on TV, in movies, in pop music, everywhere. Most importantly, we had to promote general social concern and less materialism in young people. Price chokes on his drink. Everyone is in silent and mystified. Patrick, how thought-provoking. Alrighty, Evelyn's bedroom later that evening. Bateman lying on the bed watching television. I don't really have music for this. Oh, I don't have ambience for this. Okay. Fuck, I forgot about this scene. Why don't you just go for Price? Oh god, Price? Why Price? He's rich. Everyone's rich. Bateman, he's good looking. Evelyn, everybody's good looking, Patrick. He has a great body. Evelyn, everyone has a great body now. Bateman unbuttons his shirt and makes advances to get Evelyn to have sex with him. She ignores him while watching the home shopping channel with the remote in her hand. Finally, he straddles her I can't read this. I can't read this. Finally, he straddles her, penis close to her face. She tries to look around him at the TV, then takes notice. Evelyn, what do you want me to do with that? Floss with it? Bateman flops down beside her and stares at the television. Evelyn, are you using Minazixi? I can't pronounce this one. I'm sorry. Bateman, no, I'm not. Why should I? Evelyn, your hairline looks like it's receding. Bateman, it's not. Okay. Scene change. It's 3 a.m. and Bateman is standing at an ATM, listening to the comforting sound of the fresh bills sliding out of the machine. Bateman turns around and watches a single young woman walk past him. He collects his money, placing it carefully in his wallet, then walks towards her, whistling. He catches up to her as she pauses at the red light. Bateman, hello. This woman looks suspicious for a moment and then sees a smile. Smiles back. Bateman, dressed in an Armani suit with an unlit cigar between his teeth, is standing in a dry... Oh, we're a little too ahead. Wait, we're a little too ahead. And of course, you know what happens. Okay, I don't have any ambience for this part, so I'm just gonna use more restaurant ambience. Bateman, dressed in an Armani suit with unlit cigar between his teeth, is standing in a dry cleaners, arguing with the Chinese woman behind the counter. Bateman, listen, wait, you're not giving me a valid reason. The woman continues to speak to him in another language, grabbing at his sleeve in the jacket. What are you trying to say to me? Her husband has taken Bateman's horribly bloodstained sheets out of the bag and is staring at them. Bleachy! Are you trying to say bleachy? Bleachy! Oh my god. She keeps pointing at the jacket and talking. Bateman, talking over her. Two things. One, you can't be soprani. Out of the question. Two, ladder. I can only get these sheets at Santa Fe. These are very expensive sheets and I really need them clean. She keeps talking and Bateman leans into her. If you don't shut your fucking mouth, I will kill you. Are you understanding me? She talks faster. Bateman, now listen, I have a very important lunch meeting. Checks rolls in Hubert's in about 30 minutes, and I need those. No, wait, 20 minutes. I have a lunch meeting at Hubert's in 20 minutes with Roland Harrison, and I need those sheets clean by this afternoon. She keeps talking. Listen, I can't understand you. Bateman starts laughing and slaps his hand down on the counter. This is crazy! You fool! I can't cope with this! Bateman is on the verge of tears. Stupid bitchy! Understand? Oh, Christ. Someone enters the store behind him. It's Victoria, a late 20s, attractive but a little overweight, wearing a tailored business suit with white sneakers and sports socks. Patrick? She takes off her sunglasses. Victoria. Hi, Patrick. I thought that was you. Bateman. Hello. Bateman, well, this is ridiculous, coming all the way up here, but you know, they really are the best. Bateman, then why can't they get these stains out? I mean, can't you talk to these people or something? I'm not getting anywhere. Victoria moves towards the sheets and the old man is holding up. She touches it and the woman behind the counter begins talking again. Victoria, oh my, I see. What are those? Oh my. Well, it's cranberry juice, cran apple. Victoria, really? Bateman, well, I mean, it's really Bosco. You know, like the Dove bar? It's the Dove bar. Hershey syrup? Victoria, as she's sharing a secret joke. Oh yeah, I get it. Fun with chocolate. Bateman, listen, if you could talk to them, he yanks the sheets out of the man's hand. I would really appreciate it. I'm really late. I have a lunch appointment at Hubert's in 15 minutes. Bateman turns to leave. Hubert's? Oh, really? It moves uptown, right? Bateman, yeah, well, oh boy, listen, I've got to go. Thank you, Victoria? Victoria, maybe we could have lunch one day next week? You know, I'm downtown near Wall Street quite often. Bateman, oh, I don't know, Victoria. I'm at work all the time. Well, what about, you know, maybe a Saturday? Checks his watch. Next Saturday? Victoria, yeah. Bateman, oh, can't. I'm afraid. A matinee at Les Mis. Oh, listen, I've really got to go. Oh, Christ, I'll call you. Victoria, okay, do. It's just cranberry. Yeah, it's just cranberry juice, chat. Chat, it's just cranberry juice. It's just cranberry juice. Okay, Bateman glares at the woman behind the counter and rushes out the door. Victoria stares at her as if he were wearing a sound of the... Victoria stares after him as we hear the sound of the bell of the door. So now, we're at Bateman's apartment. Technically, he's listening to porn in the background. So I'm just gonna put on really sexy phone. I'm just gonna put on saxophone music. Yeah. We'll just do that. Yeah. I don't have anything else. Because I can't put on moaning porn in the background because it's YouTube. I'm sorry, chat. Anyways. Bateman is sitting on the sofa while watching a video, talking to Courtney on a portable phone. He holds a video box in one hand, pursuing the title Inside Lydia's Ass. Off screen, we hear a sound of porn movie as he talks. Bateman, listen, what are you doing tonight? Courtney, what? Oh, I'm busy. Bateman, listen. Pumpkin, you're dating an asshole. Oh, wait, sorry, I got ahead of myself. Listen, you're dating Lewis. He's in Arizona, you're fucking me, and we haven't made plans. What are you possibly up to tonight? Courtney, stop it. I'm... Bateman, on a lot of lithium? Courtney, waiting for Lewis to call me. He said he called tonight. Oh, don't be difficult, Patrick. Bateman, you should come have dinner with me. Courtney, but when? Bateman, am I confused or are we talking about tonight? Courtney, yeah, Lewis is calling me tonight. I need to be home from that. Pumpkin? Yes. Pumpkin, you're dating an asshole. Uh-huh. Pumpkin, you're dating the biggest dickweed in New York. I know. Stop it. Pumpkin, you're dating a tumbling dickweed. Patrick, don't call me Pumpkin anymore, okay? I have to go. Courtney, dinner? I can't. I'm thinking 𝗕_่cy is. 𝗕_่cy is nice. Nice? You like it there, don't you? The question is, do you like it, Courtney? And I will bully you off a fucking phone call for your sad excuse for a boyfriend to eat there tonight. Okay. Yeah, what time? 8? Pick me up? Sounds like I'll have to do. Don't fall asleep, okay? We're something fabulous. 𝗕_่cy is, remember? Okay. No more porn music. No more porn music. Now we get our car ambience again. Bateman hangs up, opens the Zagat's guide, and dials a number of 𝗕𝘁𝗀 with trembling fingers. It's busy, so he puts on speakerphone, constantly redial. He waits for his head in his hand, sweaty with anxiety, until there is finally an answer. 𝗕𝘁𝘀, please hold. He's on hold for a long time, getting very tense. 𝗕𝘁𝘀? Both his eyes are closed. Yes, I know it's a little late, but is it possible to reserve a table for 2 at 8 or 8:30 perhaps? Long pause. The waiter starts giggling quietly, then more loudly until laughter almost hysterically, and hangs up tonight. So now they're in the back of a cab. Bateman and Courtney are in the back of a cab. Courtney is heavily medicated. Courtney, and the facial at Elizabeth Arden, which is really relaxing. And is it a Pottery Barn where I bought the silver muffin dish? Bateman, is that Donald Trump's car? Oh God, Patrick, shut up. You know, Courtney, you should take some more lithium. Or have a Diet Coke. Some caffeine might get you out of the stump. Courtney, I just want to have a child. Just 2 perfect children. Her voice trails away as she descends back into the drug haze. The cab draws up outside of a restaurant. It reads 𝗕𝗁𝘁𝗺. And now we're in the restaurant. An insanely expected novel Italian restaurant. All polished natural bricks, spotless white tablecloths, and minimalist flower arrangements. Discreet lighting. J and B, straight. Courtney, champagne on the rocks. Oh, could I have that with a twist? She starts to sink back into her chair, and Bateman leans over and pulls her back up. Courtney, are we here? And Bateman says yes. Courtney looks around. This is 𝗕𝘁𝘀's? Bateman, examining the menu that says 𝗕𝗁𝘁𝗺 in the large script. Yes, dear. Courtney almost falls asleep while looking at her menu and starts to slide off of her chair. Bateman grabs her by both shoulders and props her up. Bateman, Courtney, you're going to be having a peanut butter soup with a smoked duck and mashed squash. New York Magazine calls it a playful but mysterious little dish. You'll love it. And then the red snapper with violets and pine nuts. I think that'll follow nicely. Thanks, Patrick. She falls asleep at the table. And now we go to her bedroom. And we'll put on more sexy music. Yeah, more sexy music in the background. More sexy music in the background. Bateman and Courtney are in Courtney's bathroom. Bateman is on top of her, reaching for a condom in his ashtray. He tears it open with his teeth, puts it on. Dazed in lithium, I want you to fuck me. Bateman gets on top of her, starts to fuck her. Okay, they had sex, yay. Lewis is a despicable twit. Bateman, yes, Lewis is a despicable twit. I hate him. He keeps fucking her. Courtney, no, you idiot. I said, is it a receptacle tip? Not is Lewis a despicable twit. It's a receptacle tip. Get off me. Bateman, is it what? Courtney, pull out. Bateman, I'm ignoring you. Courtney, pull out, goddammit. Bateman, slowly stopping but not stopping. What do you want, Courtney? She pushes him away from her. Bateman, it's a plain end, I think. Courtney, turn the lights on. He tries to sit up. Bateman, oh Jesus, I'm going home. Patrick, turn on the light. He turns on the light. It's a plain end, see? So? Courtney, take it off. Bateman, why? Courtney, because you have to leave half an inch at the tip. She covers herself with her comforter. To catch force of the... I don't remember this line. Force of the ejaculate. Yeah, I'm getting out of here. Where's your lithium? Courtney throws a pillow over her head and starts crying. Do you think you're turning me on by having unsafe sex? Bateman pulls the pillow off her head, slaps her face. I don't remember this. What the fuck? Bateman, oh Christ, this really isn't worth it. And see, Courtney, it's there for what? Huh? Tell us, slaps her again lightly. Why is it pulling down half an inch? So we could catch the force of the ejaculate? Choking, crying. Well, it's not a turn on for me. I have a promotion coming to me, and I don't want to get AIDS. Bateman grabs her head and makes her look at the condom. See, Happy, you dumb bitch? Are you happy, you dumb bitch? Corny, oh god, just get over it. Yeah, this was a deleted scene. I don't remember this at all. He fucks her quickly until his mediocre orgasm falls down next to her. They lie side by side with their bodies not touching, eyes open, staring at the ceiling. Alright, chat. This is the scene. I think this is the one everyone's kind of been waiting for. Conference room, Pierce and Pierce Day. Bateman and Louis Carteras are seated with a long table in the conference room and Pierce and Pierce, which look onto a spectacular view of Manhattan. Louis, Patrick, thank you so much for looking after Courtney. Dorcia, how impressive. How on earth did you get a reservation there? Lucky, I guess. That's a wonderful jacket. Let me guess. Valentino Couture? Uh-huh. Reaches out to touch it. It looks so soft. Your compliment was sufficient enough, Louis. Louis is distracted by the question from the colleague on his left. Paul Owens enters, carrying a Wall Street Journal under his arm. He's a handsome, supremely confident, and self-satisfied. He sees himself as a leader among men. Owen to Bateman. Hello, 𝗕𝗺liche. Nice tie. How the hell are ya? Bateman. I've been great. And you? Their conversation fades down as we hear Bateman's thoughts. Owen must have mistaken me for this dickhead Marcus 𝗕𝗺liche. He seems logical because Marcus also works at P&P and in fact does the same exact thing I do. And he also has a penchant for Valentino suits and all of our people's glasses. Marcus and I even go to the same barber, although I have a slightly better haircut. During this voiceover, the camera wanders over to Marcus 𝗕𝗺liche, who is conferring with his colleagues in the opposite corner of the room. He bears a superficial resemblance to Bateman. Owen, how's the ransom account going, Marcus? Bateman, nervous. It's all right. Owen, really? That's interesting. He stares at Bateman, smiling. Not great. Oh, well, you know. And how's Cecilia? She's a great girl. Oh, yes, I'm very lucky. McDermott and Price enter. Hey, Owen, congratulations on the Fisher account. Thank you, Baxter. Price, listen, Paul. Squash? Owen, call me. Hands him his business card. Price, how about Friday? No can do. Got a res at 8:30 at Dorcia's. Great sea urchin ceviche. There's a stunned silence as he walks away in a corner of the room, unsteadily studying papers. Close on Bateman's face, colored with hatred. Jesus, Dorcia, on a Friday night, how'd he swing that? McDermott whispering, I think he's lying. Bateman takes out his wallet and pulls out a card. Price, suddenly enthused. What's that, a gram? Bateman, new card. What do you think? Wait, I think I have the music for this. Is this it? Oh, no, not yet. Bateman takes out his wallet and pulls out a card. Oh, wait, I already read that. McDermott lifts up and examines the letter carefully. Whoa, very nice. Take a look. He hands it to Van Patten. Bateman, picked him up from the printers yesterday. Van Patten, good coloring. Bateman, that's a bone. And the lettering is something called Sicilian rail. Sicilian rail? It's very cool, Bateman, but that's nothing. Van Patten pulls out his card and slaps it on the table. Look at this. They all lean forward to inspect it. Price, that's really nice. Bateman clutches his fist at the table, trying to control his anxiety. Van Patten, eggshells with Roman type. Turning to Bateman, what do you think? Bateman, barely able to breathe, his voice croak. Nice. I can't do this scene. I'm sorry, it's just so fucking hilarious to me. Price holding out the card to the light. Jesus, this is really super. How did a nitwit like you get so tasteful? Bateman stares in his own card, then enviously at McDermott's. I can't believe Price prefers McDermott's card over mine. Price, but wait, you ain't seen nothing yet. He holds up his own card. Price, raised lettering, pale nimbus white. Bateman, choked with anxiety. Impressive. Very nice. Let's see Paul Owens' card. Price pulls a card from the inside coat pocket and holds it up for their inspection. Paul Owens, Pierce & Pierce, mergers and acquisitions. Bateman swallows, speechless. The sound in the room dies down and we all hear the faint heartbeat as Bateman stares at the magnificent card. Look at the subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it, oh my god. It even has a watermark. His hand shaking. Bateman lifts up the card and stares at it until it fills the screen. He lets it fall. The sound returns to normal. Is something wrong, Patrick? You're sweating. I don't like this next scene, actually. I'm not a fan of it. I want to skip this scene. It makes me sad. It makes me sad. I don't like this next scene. Do I have to read this one? I don't like it. I don't want to read this next scene. This one makes me sad. The financial district. The streets are eerily deserted. Bateman stands at an ATM enjoying the reassuring sound of $500 in fresh bills thudding from the machine. As he turns it to leave, he notices across the street a homeless man is lying at the doorway on top of open gate, surrounded by bags of garbage and a shopping cart. A cardboard sign is attached to the front of the cart. I am homeless and hungry. Please help me. A small, thin dog lies next to him. He is black, dressed in a stained, torn line green polyester paints with suit. Is it a yab word? There's a yab word in this one. I already know it. Torn lime green polyester pants suit with jeans worn over the pant. I skip this scene every time. I can't do this scene. I'm sorry. I don't like this scene. Bateman offering his hand. Hello, Pat Bateman. The homeless man stares at Pat Bateman, struggling to sit up. You want some money? Some food? The homeless man nods and starts to cry. Bateman reaches into his pocket and pulls out a $10 bill. Then he changes his mind and holds out a $5 instead. Bateman, is this what you need? The homeless man nods, looks away, wipes his nose. I'm so hungry. Bateman, it's cold out too, isn't it? Homeless man, I'm so hungry. Bateman, holding the bill just out of the man's reach. Why don't you get a job? Even if you're so hungry, why don't you just get a job? Homeless man, shivering and sobbing. I lost my job. Bateman, why? Were you drinking? Is that why you lost it? Insider trading? Just joking. No, really. Were you drinking on the job? Homeless man, I was fired. I was laid off. Bateman, gee, that's too bad. Homeless man, I'm so hungry. Bateman, why don't you just get another one? Why don't you get another job? Homeless man, I'm not... I don't know if I can read this line. Ah! Bateman, you're not white? You're not what? Qualified for anything else? Homeless man, I'm hungry. Bateman, I know that. Jeez. You're like a broken record. I'm trying to help you. Homeless man, I'm hungry. Bateman, listen. Do you think it's fair to take money from people who do have jobs? From people who do work? Homeless man, what am I gonna do? Bateman, listen. What's your name? Homeless man, Al. Speak up. Come on. Al. Get a goddamn job, Al. You've got a negative attitude. That's what's stopping you. You've got to get your act together. I'll help you. You're so kind, mister. You're kind. You're a kind man, I could tell. Shh, it's okay. Homeless man, please. I don't know what to do. I'm so cold. Stroking his face, whispering, you know how bad you smell? The stench. My God. I can't find a shelter. You reek of shit. Do you know that? God damn it, Al. Look at me and stop crying like some sort of yabbit. Al, I'm sorry. Bateman carefully puts the money back in his wallet. It's just that I don't know. I don't have anything in common with you. He opens his briefcase and pulls out a long, thin knife with serrated edge. He pushes the sleeve against his jacket to protect it. You know what a fucking loser you are? Okay, I can't do this next part, so I'm going to skip it. I'm not gonna read this. Bateman walks calmly into the empty caverns of Wall Street. Cars drifting past, their headlights momentarily illuminating the body left twitching on the ground. Ow, bros, it's so over. Alright. Now this one. Okay, so closing on Patrick Bateman's face and torso, his eyes close as a woman's hands rub cream on his face. What beautiful skin you have, Mr. Bateman. So fine, so smooth. His eyes open to look up at the fat facialist, and then he closes them again. I have all the characteristics of a human being. Flesh, blood, skin, hair, but not a single clear, identifiable emotion, except for greed and disgust. Something horrible is happening inside of me, and I don't know why. Bateman, sitting in a chair, looking down at the manicurist who's giving him a pedicure. She is cutting his nails with tiny, sharp scissors. He stares at them longingly. My nightly bloodlust has overflowed into my days. I feel lethal, on the verge of a frenzy. Bateman's lying irradiated by ultraviolet light on a tanning bed, wearing goggles. I think my mask of sanity is about to slip. Oh, was it too loud? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for it to be too loud. Don't worry, I had to let this finish out anyways. Okay. Alrighty. Next scene. So they're at the Yale Club in the daytime. McDermott, Van Patten, and Bateman are having drinks. Price walks by with a gorgeous girl and gives him the finger. Bateman, what an asshole. McDermott, why is Laura Kennedy dating Pierce? He's a fucking drug addict, no self-control. Van Patten, but Laurel Kennedy is a total hardbody. What do you think, Bateman? Bateman, I know her. I knew her. McDermott, why do you say it like that? What does he say? Why does he say it like that? Van Patten, because he dated her. Bateman, how did you guess? Van Patten, girls dig Bateman. He's a GQ. You're a total GQ, Bateman. Bateman, thanks, guys. But she's got a lousy personality. McDermott, so what? It's all looks. Laurel Kennedy is a babe. Don't even pretend you were interested for her for any other reason. Van Patten, if they have a good personality, then something's very wrong. McDermott, if they have a good personality and they are not great looking, who fucking cares? Bateman, we'll just say hypothetically, okay? What if they have a good personality? He smiles, giving up. I know. All in unison. There are no girls with good personalities. They all laugh and high-five each other. Van Patten, a good personality consists of a chick with a little heart body who is satisfy all sexual demands without being too slutty about things, and who will essentially keep her dumb fucking mouth shut. McDermott, listen, only girls with good personalities are smart or maybe funny or halfway intelligent or even talented, though God knows what the fuck that means, are ugly chicks. Van Patten, absolutely. McDermott, all this because they had to make up for how fucking unattractive they are. A slight pause. Bateman, do you know what Ed Gein is said about women? Ed Gein? Maitre at Canal Bar? No, serial killer, Wisconsin in the 50s. He was an interesting guy. McDermott, so what did Ed say? He said, when I see a pretty girl walking down the street, I think two things. One part of me wants to take her out and talk to her and be real nice and sweet and treat her right. Pauses, finishes drink. What does the other part of him say? What her head would look like on a stick. McDermott and Van Patten look at each other, then back at Bateman. Bateman starts laughing at the other two, uneasily joining in. Lewis walks up to the table. Lewis, shyly. Hi, guys. I want your opinion on something. McDermott rolls his eyes at the rest of the table. McDermott, if it's about a bow tie you're wearing, you know how we feel about them. Lewis laughs in good nature. Yes, I do. No, it's my business card. I decided to get a new one. He pulls out something incredibly tasteful. Everyone compliments Lewis except Bateman. The sound drops, and we all hear is the beating of his heart. He stares at the card enviously. Lewis plucks it from his hand and walks away, pleased with himself. Van Patten, listen, what about dinner? Bateman, suddenly angry. Is that all you have to contribute, Van Patten? What about fucking dinner? McDermott, cheer up, Bateman, slaps him on the back. Massages like, what's the matter? No shiatsu this morning? Bateman, watching Lewis go to the men's room. Keep touching me like that and you'll draw back a stump. Whoa there, little buddy. Excuse me. He gets up from the table and Bateman walks away. Van Patterson grabs a waiter. Is this tap water? I don't think it's tap water. Bring me some Evian or something, okay? Wait a minute. Why is the scene all the way up here? Is this right? Okay, no, this should be right. This should be right. This should be right. Bateman pulls his glove as he enters the men's restroom. Lewis is standing at the stall with his back to Bateman. The sound of his urinating is hearing until Bateman approaches and abruptly stops. Slowly, Bateman brings his hands up over the collar of Lewis's cashmere jacket, circling his neck until both thumbs and index fingers meet. All we can hear is the sound of Bateman's heavy breathing. Slowly, he starts to squeeze, almost in slow motion. Lewis turns around. Lewis looks down at Bateman's wrist and as if it's lost in thought. Then he lowers his head and kisses Bateman's wrist. He looks back at Patrick Bateman with shy, love-struck expression. Then reaches up and tenderly touches the side of his face. Lewis, God, Patrick, why here? He strokes Bateman's hair. Lewis, I've seen the way you look at me. I've noticed your hot body. Lewis tries to kiss him on the lips, but Bateman backs away. He drops his hand from Lewis's neck. Lewis immediately takes them and places them back. Bateman drops them again. Lewis, don't be shy. Bateman takes a deep breath, closes his eyes, and tries to lift his hands again, but abandons the attempt. Lewis, you don't even know how long I've wanted it. Ever since that Christmas party in Arizona 206, you know the one, where you were wearing that red striped Paisley Armani tie. Bateman looks down and sees Lewis' pants are still unzipped. He moves I didn't even notice that detail. He moves past it out of the stall and stands by the sink, pretends to wash his hands until he realizes he still has his gloves on. Lewis comes up behind him. I want you. I want you too. Bateman storms out of the men's room, bumping into the waiter and several customers and cursing. Noticing the maitre d's and another waiter come first and looking at him strangely. Bateman straightens up and smiles and waves cheerfully at them. Garcias walks up behind him. Bateman, what is it? Lewis, what are you going? Bateman, I've gotta return some videotapes. Lewis, Patrick, Bateman, what? Sadly mouths the words, I'll call you. Bateman storms out of the restaurant. Alrighty. So now, let's see. What scene is this? Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm skipping that one because that was not in the movie too. That was not in the movie. Okay. So I think we're on, technically, this one. Bateman cruises around in the limo. It pulls up alongside Christy, a pretty blonde hooker in short leather jacket. Bateman opens his window and speaks to her. I haven't seen you around here. Christy, you just haven't been looking. Bateman, would you like to see my apartment? Bateman flits on the light inside the limo. He's wearing a tuxedo. Christy looks away in some dark corner. I'm not supposed to. Bateman is holding out a $100 bill, with Christy now noticing, then takes it. Bateman, do you want to come to my apartment or not? Christy, I'm not supposed to, but I can make an exception. Bateman, do you take American Express? Christy's still looking out behind her. Do you take American Express? Christy looks at him like he's crazy. Bateman, I'm joking. Come on, get in. Okay. Where is... Oh, there it is. As they drive uptown, Bateman dials his cell phone. He reads off a credit card number. Bateman, I like a girl, early 20s, blonde, who does couples. 55 West 81st the American Gardens building, apartment 7C, and I really cannot stress blonde enough. Blonde. He hangs up. I'm Paul. My name is Paul Owen. Have you got that? It's supposed to be Paul Allen. Now that I realize it, Paul Owen's supposed to be Paul Allen. So we'll say that from now on. You are Christy. You have to respond to only Christy. Is that clear? All right, and then they're in the apartment. So we'll do this. We'll do this one. Yeah, we'll do this. Did I miss a part where you killed Paul? Not yet, because this script that I'm reading is like it's still the movie. But there's some parts that are switched around. Christy in the bathtub, Bateman pouring a white milky bath oil. I think it's a very fine Chardonnay you're drinking. Or that's a very fine Chardonnay you're drinking. Long pause is in which Christy is luxuriating in the bathtub. Bateman is casually touching her breast. Wait, I forgot about this slide! Bateman, I want to clean your vagina. Christy reaches out for a washcloth. No! From behind. Get on your knees. Christy shrugs. I want to watch. You have a very nice body. The doorman rings. Bateman answers. Bateman, thank you. Send her up. Christy, get out and dry off and choose a robe. Not the bajan. And come meet me and our guests in the living room for drinks. Bateman answers the door. Bateman, you arrived. How lovely. Let me take your coat. I'm Paul. How good of you to come. The escort girl looks somewhat bewildered. Bateman takes her coat and inspects her body. Not quite blonde, are you? More dirty blonde. I'm going to call you Sabrina. I'm Paul Allen. Bateman escorts her into the living room and brings her a glass of wine. Christine enters, sitting next to Sabrina on the couch, while Bateman sits across from them. There's a long silence. Bateman, so, you want to know what I do? The two girls look at each other with uncomfortable smiles, and Christy shrugs. Christy, no. Sabrina, no, not really. Bateman is visibly irritated, recrossed his legs. Bateman, well, I work on Wall Street, and Pierce & Pierce. Have you heard of it? Another long pause. They shake their heads. Christy stands up and goes over to the CD collection. You have a really nice place here, Paul. How much you pay for it? Bateman, actually, that's none of your business, Christine, but I can assure you it certainly wasn't cheap. Bateman leaves to refill his wine glass, and Sabrina takes a packet of cigarettes out of her purse. Bateman returns, carrying a tray of chocolates. Bateman, no smoking, not in here. He walks over to Christy. Bateman, want a truffle? Christine stares at the plate and shakes her head. Sabrina takes one. Bateman, I don't want you to get drunk, but that's a very fine Chardonnay you're not drinking. Bateman goes over to his CD collection and goes over to the CDs and scans his vast collection. He takes out and examines it. Do you like Phil Collins? I've been a big Genesis fan ever since the release of their 1980 album Duke. Before that, I really didn't understand any of their work. It was too artsy, too intellectual. I was on Duke where Phil Collins' presence became more apparent. He puts aside the CD and takes out another one. Bateman, I think Invisible Touch is the group's undisputed masterpiece. Oh, I forgot to put that. Goddamn. I forgot to put that on. Sorry. I forgot. There we go. He puts on the song and gestures them to follow him into the bedroom. It's an epic meditation of intangibility. At the same time, it dependently enriches in the meaning of the predicting 3 albums. Christy, take off your robe. Bateman puts on a lace teddy. He puts out a lace teddy. He motions Christy to put it on. Listen to its brilliance and ensemble of Banks, Collins, and Rutherford. You can practically hear every nuance of every instrument. Sabrina, remove your dress. Bateman starts to undress. In terms of lyrical craftsmanship and sheer songwriting, this album hits a new peak of professionalism. Sabrina, why don't you dance a little? Sabrina dances awkwardly. Christy sits on the bed. Bateman, I take Take the lyrics to Land of Confusion. In this song, Phil Collins addresses the problem of abusive political authority. Bateman knocked the silk scarf around Christie's neck rather menacingly, then helped her into some sweet gloves. In Too Deep is the most moving pop song of the 1980s, and Montgomery and Commitment, the song's extremely uplifting. Their lyrics are positive and affirming as anything I've heard in rock. He turned on the video camera. Bateman, Christy, get down on your knees and so Sabrina can see your asshole. Bateman looks through the viewfinder. Phil Collins' solo efforts seem to be more commercial and therefore more satisfying in a narrower way, especially songs like In the Air and Against All Odds. Sabrina, don't just stare at it, eat it. He walks over to the sound system in the restroom and slides in the CD. I also think Phil Collins' work is better than within the confines of a group that is a solo artist, and I stress the word artist. It's a 𝗕𝗿𝗶𝗶𝗺, a great song and personal favorite. Okay. Now I gotta grab this song. Hold on, give me a sec. Okay. Sex montage cuts to 𝗕𝗿𝗶𝗶𝗺 while we see it in a wide shot or through the lens of a video camera. And of course, we just enjoy the song. Just enjoy it. Imagine there's a sex montage going on. I can't show it on YouTube, I'm sorry. And then of course we got the famous scene where he's thrusting and he points at himself in the mirror. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, moving on. I think we could go to this one now. Okay, this one. Yes, this one. Okay. We're cooking. We're cooking, chat. Bateman is asleep on his bed with Christy and Sabrina on either side of him. Sabrina accidentally touches his wrist. Bateman's eyes open. Don't touch the Rolex. Bateman gets up from his bed and goes over to the armoire. He opens the drawer in which a nail gun, coat hanger, and a rusty butter knife and half-smoked cigar. He turns around to see Christy and Sabrina both staring at get up and get dressed. He takes the coat hanger. We're not done yet. Bateman ushers them out the door immediately. They are both sobbing, badly bruised and bleeding. Bateman has a deep scratch on his hand and one on his shoulder. Oh, I never noticed that detail. In the background, Phil Collins' In the Air Tonight is playing. I didn't have that ready, I'm sorry. Okay, anyways, in the evening, it's a Christmas party! So, now I could go over here and Christmas background noise. No, I need party. Party. There we go. Yeah! See, this is a Christmas movie, actually. Tall blue spruces covered with white twinkle lights stand on either side of the roaring fireplace. A bartender in a tuxedo pours champagne and eggnog. A long table covered with red tablecloth is jammed with goose, duck, rack of lambs, exotic vegetable tarts, truffles, etc. A vast array of foods. The room is filled with candles and sterling silver Tiffany candle holders. Filipino waiters dressed in green and red elf suits serve appetizers on trays. Bateman walks into a party, grabs a glass of champagne, and gulps it down. Hamilton saunters up to him drunk. Hey, McCoy, what do you say? Hey, Hamilton, have a holly jolly Christmas. Across the room, Courtney is greeting Paul Owens with a kiss. Bateman glares at them. Bateman, is Owens still handling the Fisher account? Evelyn, mistletoe alert! Merry Xmas Patrick! Merry Xmas Harry! Oh my god, I can't believe how spot on I was on that. Evelyn rushes up to them with a mistletoe in her hand, raises it above their heads. She is wearing a stable jacket with a green velvet pants by Ralph Lauren, and has a small Vietnamese pot-belly pig in her arms. The pig is wearing a Santa hat. She tries to make Bateman kiss the pig. Bateman has a glass on one hand and a dish of water salad in the other. It is unable to defend itself from Evelyn. Merry Christmas. Evelyn, you're late, honey. Bateman, I'm not late. Evelyn, oh yes you are. Bateman, still staring across the room at Courtney and Paul Owen. I've been here the entire time. You just didn't see me. Evelyn, where did you get that awful scratch? I caught my hand in the VCR. Evelyn, shoving the pig in his face. Say hello to Snowball. Snowball says, Merry Christmas, Patrick. Patrick, what is it? Talking to the pig. It's a little baby piggly wiggly, isn't it? It's a Vietnamese potbelly pig. They make darling pets, don't you? Don't you? Bateman is horrified. Evelyn, oh, stop scolding. You're such a Grinch. Did you know that he's the Grinch, Hamilton? Well, we all know McCoy's the Grinch. How you doing, Mr. Grinch? Evelyn puts the pig down and it runs away. And what does Mr. Grinch want for Christmas? And don't tell me breast implants again. A passing stranger comes up behind Bateman and puts paper antlers on his head without him noticing. Bateman walks away and is bumped into Humphrey Rhinebeck. Rhinebeck, hey Bateman. When wearing a tuxedo, how do you keep the front from your shirt from riding up? Bateman, you simply have a tab with the buttonhole sewn into the front with your shirt, which can then be attached to the button to your trousers. And Hamilton, take those fucking antlers off your head. You look like a yab tard. Excuse me. Bateman walks towards Paul Allen. Rhinebeck feels the top of his head. Oh my god. Bateman, Allen! He grabs a martini off a passing tray. Allen, Marcus, Merry Christmas. How have you been, workaholic, I suppose? Haven't seen you in a while. Well, I just got back from the Knickerbocker Club. Hey Hamilton, we're going to Nell's. Nell's out front. Evelyn comes up behind him. We should have dinner. Owen, maybe you could bring Cecilia? Yes, Cecilia. Oh, Cecilia would adore it. Well, let's do it, Marcus. Patrick, why is he calling you Marcus? Mistletoe alert! He grabs Evelyn and kisses her by the mouth, stifling her words. Owen and his friends wander off. Evelyn melts. Oh, Patrick, you're so sweet. Okay, so now they're at the restaurant. They're at the restaurant, so I gotta get the ambience. Okay, restaurant ambience. There we go. Yeah. So we're at Texarkana Night, an insanely expensive Nouvelle Tex-Mex restaurant with an ironic Southwest decor, Santa Fe colors, Navajo blankets, native cowboy art, and rawhide banquets. Bateman bursts into the door, late, and approaches the busman. Marcus Halberstam, for 2 at 8? Your friend has already been seated, following Mr. Halberstam. Paul Allen is seated at the table underneath an enormous pair of ram horns. He is arguing with the waiter. No, I want to know. I came here for the cilantro crawfish gumbo, which is after all the only excuse to come to this being, which is after all the only excuse one could have for being in this restaurant, which is by the way almost completely empty. Am I to believe that all 10 people in this restaurant have eaten your entire supply of cilantro crawfish gumbo? Waiter, I'm very sorry, sir. There was a fire in the kitchen earlier today. Bateman, J&B straight, and a Dixie beer. Waiter, would you like to hear double absolute martini? Yes, sir. Would you like to hear the specials? Not if you want to keep your spleen. The waiter leaves. This is a real beehive of activity, Halberstam. This place is hot, very hot. Bateman, listen, the mud soup and the charcoal argala are outrageous here. Owen. Paul, yeah, well, you're late. Bateman, hey, I'm a child of divorce. Give me a break. Setting the menu in a surprisingly good motion. I see they omitted the pork loin with lime jello. Owen, we should have gone to Dorcia's. I could have gotten us a table. Bateman, nobody goes there anymore. There's a long, disgruntled silence. Bateman, is that Ivanka Trump over there? Jeez, Patrick, I mean Marcus, what are you thinking? Why would Ivana be at Texarkana? Another pause. Bateman, so wasn't the Rothschild originally handled to the Fisher account? How'd you get it? Paul, I could tell you that, Halberstam, but then I have to kill you. He guffaws. Bateman laughs politely. Later, Paul Allen is very drunk. Bateman cold sober. Bateman, I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane? Paul Allen continues to laugh and motions the waiter for another drink. Paul, great tan, Marcus. Really impressive. Where do you tan? Bateman, salon. Paul, I've got a tanning bed at home. You should look into it. Bateman nods, agitated. Paul, and Cecilia, how is she? Where is she tonight? Bateman, Cecilia's, well, you know, Cecilia. I think she's having dinner with Evelyn Williams? Evelyn, great ass. Goes out with that loser Patrick Bateman. What a dork. Another martini, Paul? Alan nods drunkenly. Later. At the end of the meal, Paul is squeezing a lime into the table, missing his beer, incredibly drunk. The check is laid out. Bateman talking to Paul like a child. Paul, give me your Amex card. Good boy. Bateman slots the card down and looks at the check. 250? Very reasonable. Let's leave a big tip, shall we? My place for a nightcap? No, man, I'm gonna bail. Come on, you dumb son of a bitch. Pelts him into his jacket. I've got a preview of Barney's catalog at the bottle, and a bottle of Absolute waiting for us. Aw, Chad, here we go. Here we go. Hold on. I gotta set up the I gotta set up everything for I have to. Okay. We got that. Okay, we got it. Okay, I got it, chat. I got it. Okay. Now we can keep going. We can keep going. Where was I? Okay. The living room floor was being meticulously covered with newspaper. Owen is slumped drunkenly in a white Amos chair and a glass in his hand. Bateman is looking through his CDs. You like Huey Lewis in the news? They're okay. Bateman. Their early work was a little too new wave for my taste, but when sports came out in 1983, I think they really came onto their own, commercially and artistically. Bateman walks to his bathroom, taking a large axe out of the shower. He takes 2 Valiums. The whole album has a clear, crisp sound and a new sheen of consummate professionalism that gives the song a big boost. Bateman comes back out and leans the axe against the wall. He walks into the foyer and puts on a raincoat, watching Owen from behind all the time. He's been compared to Elvis Costello, but I think Huey has a more bitter, cynical sense of humor. Paul is absentmindedly leafing through the Barney's catalog. Hey, Halberstam? Yes, Owen? Why are there copies of the style section all over the place? You have a dog? Like a chow or something? No, Paul. Paul, confused. Is that a raincoat? Yes, it is! Bateman moves to the CD player. He takes the CD out of its case and slides it to the machine. In 87, hold on. Wait. Clear. Okay. In 87, he released this. 4. The most accomplished album. I think their undisputed masterpiece is Hit to Be Square, a song so catchy that most people probably don't listen to the lyrics, but they should, because it's not just about the pleasures of conformity and into the importance of trends, but it's also a personal statement about the band itself. Bateman puts on Hit to Be Square. Bateman crosses the room and picks up the axe. We follow Bateman from behind and walks up to Owen. The axe raised over his head. Hey, Paul! As Owen turns around from Owen's POV, we see the bat swinging and the axe towards his face. Blood sprays over the white raincoat. From behind Paul, we see Bateman yanks out the axe. Owen drops to the floor. His body falls to the frame. We stay at his legs twitchingly, menacingly. Blood pulses onto the newspaper cover. Try getting a reservation at Dorcia now, you stupid bastard! Low angle on Bateman as he beats Paul with the back of the axe. Off screen, the sound of the axe hitting Paul. Fucking bastard. Bateman takes off his raincoat, still panting. He folds the coat carefully in half. Blood sliding in and drapes it neatly over the back of the chair. He sits back on the white sofa and surveys the scene. He checks on the Rolex and lights a cigar. Off screen, Paul Allen's last faint sighs are heard. Okay. Now we go here. So, okay, we're here now. We're here. Bateman is trying to hail a cab. Owen's body is at his feet. Lewis and a Japanese girl walk up to him. Patrick? Is that you? No, Lewis, it's not me. You're mistaken. Lewis, this is 𝗦𝘁𝗿𝗄𝗏. She is my very good friend, Patrick Bateman. Where are you going? We're going to Nell's. Gwenda's father is buying it. Where did you get your overnight bag? Comments the garçon. A cab stops. Bateman opens the door and manages to get Owen's body into the back seat. Bateman gets into the cab. Call me, please, Patrick. Satan lives, Lewis. Bateman's Hell's Kitchen apartment at night. Alrighty. So now we go here. Now we go here. A bedroom lit by one light bulb, then walks Bailey except for the Les Mis poster. There's only one ratty chair. Bateman pours lime over Paul Allen's body, which is lying in a bathtub. He plays Huey Lewis, smokes a cigar, and watches the body dissolve. Bateman's letting himself into the apartment. It's very similar to Bateman's, but even more minimalist. The walls are white pigmented concrete with a large minimalist painting on the wall. One wall is covered in a trendy large-scale scientific drawing above a long black leather couch. Where to send this bastard? Dallas? Paris? He throws some clothes into the suitcase, randomly grabbing the toiletries and shoving them in. Singapore? London. I'll send the asshole to London. He puts some music on to help muffle his voice, then leans over to the answering machine. He has a passable intimidation of Owen's speech, which is something like, Hi, Paul. Hi, this is Paul. I've been called away to London for a few days. Meredith, I'll call you when I get back. Hasta la vista, baby. Alrighty. And then I think we do this one now? No, this is a little too late in the thing. Okay, never mind. So we'll do... where is... Okay, there we go. Where is our office ambience? There it is. There we go. Okay. Office in the morning. Bateman is sitting at his desk with the latest copy of Sports Illustrated in front of him and his Walkman playing Kenny G. We hear the music until Jean enters in and takes the Walkman off. Faintly irritable. What is it? Jean. Patrick? Yes, Jean? Jean. Patrick, it's Mr. Donald Crimble is here to see you. Who? Detective Donald Crimble? Silence. Bateman stares out the window, then down at the drawing of his headless woman he's been doodling in the back of the cover of Sports Illustrated. Tell him I'm at lunch. Jean. Patrick, I think he knows you're here. It's only 10:30. Silence. Bateman. Send him in, I guess. As she exits, he picks up the cordless phone and pretends to talk to someone. Now, John, you've got to wear clothes in proportion to your physique. There are definitely do's and don'ts, good buddy, of wearing a bold striped shirt. A bold striped shirt calls for solid colors or discreetly patterned suits and ties. The door to the office opens and he waves in the detective Donald Kimball. Kimball is surprisingly young, about Bateman's age, and good-looking, dressed in a crumped linen Armani suit and the type Bateman and his friends might wear. Kimball sits down and crosses his legs with self-assurance and makes Bateman so nervous he forgets to carry on with his fake conversation. Kimball looks up at him curiously, noticing the silence. Right, and yes, always to the silence 15%. Bateman shrugs at the detective, rolling his eyes in exasperation. Kimball nods understandingly. Listen, John, I gotta go. 𝗕𝗿𝗿𝗺 just walked in. Just joking. No, don't tip the owner of the salon. Okay, John. Right. Got it. He hangs up the phone and pushes the antenna in. Sorry about that. Kimball, no, I'm sorry. I should have made an appointment. Was that anything important? Oh, that. Just mulling over business problems, examining opportunities, staging rumors, spreading gossip. Kimball. Well, hi, I'm Donald Kimball. Hi, Patrick Bateman. Nice to meet you. They both shake hands. I'm sorry to barge in on you like this, but I was supposed to talk to Lewis, and he wasn't in? Well, you're here, so I know how busy you guys can get. Kimball stares at the 3 open copies of Sports Illustrated and a Sony Walkman lying on Bateman's desk. Bateman sees his look and sweeps the magazine into the top drawer along with the Walkman, which is still running, forcing himself to sound friendly and relaxed. So, what's the topic of discussion? Kimball, I've been hired by Meredith Powell to investigate the disappearance of Paul Allen. Bateman, you're not with the FBI or anything, are you? Nothing like that. I'm just a private investigator. Bateman, I see, yes, Paul's disappearance. Yes. Kimball, so it's nothing that official. I just have some basic questions about Paul Allen and about yourself. Bateman, coffee? Kimball, no, I'm okay. Pierre San Pellegrino? No, I'm okay. Paul takes out a small black notepad and the same gold crosspin that Bateman and his friends all use. Bateman buzzes Jean. Patrick? Can you bring Mr. Kimball? Mr. Kimball, a ball of San Pellegrino. Oh, no, I'm okay. It's not a problem. Bateman watches intensely as Kimball writes something down in his notebook, then crosses something out. Jane enters the place and a bottle of San Pellegrino and a Cebuan etched glass on the table, shooting a concerned glance at Bateman. He glares at her. Kimball smiles and nods at Jean as she leaves. Well, what's the topic of discussion? Kimball, the disappearance of Paul Allen. Oh, right. Well, I haven't heard anything about the disappearance or anything. Not on page 6, at least. I think his family want this kept quiet. Understandable. Lime? No, I'm okay. You sure? I can always get you a lime. Just need some preliminary questions that I need for my own files, okay? Shoot. How old are you? 27. I'll be 28 in October. Where did you go to school? Harvard Business School. Your address? 55 West 81st Street, the American Gardens building. Nice. Very nice. Thanks. A pause as Kimball studies his notebook. Bateman closes his eyes as if in pain. Pardon me, but are you okay? Why do you ask? You seem nervous. Bateman reaches to his desk and brings out a bottle of aspirin. Neuroprene? No thanks. Kimball takes out the pack of Marlboro and lays it on the desk. Bad habit. I know, I'm sorry. A pause as Bateman stares at the cigarettes. Would you rather I not smoke? No, I guess it's okay. You sure? No problem, buzzes Jean. Yes, Patrick? Bring us an ashtray for Mr. Kimball, please. She whisks in a crystal ashtray as they sit in silence. Kimball, what can you tell me about Paul Allen? Well, shakes two neuroprene into his hand and swallows them dry. How well do you know him? Bateman, I'm at a loss. You know, he was part of that whole Yale thing, you know? Kimball, Yale thing? Yeah, Yale thing. What do you mean, Yale thing? Well, I probably think, for one, that he was probably a closet homosexual who did a lot of cocaine. That Yale thing. A silence during which the sound of air conditioner becomes defining. So, there's nothing you can tell me about Paul Allen? He lied. He led what I was supposed to... Blah. He led what I suppose was an orderly life. He ate a balanced diet. What kind of man was he, besides the information you just given? I hope I'm not being cross-examined here. Do you feel that way? No, not really. Where did Paul hang out? Hang out? Yeah, you know. Hang out. Let me think. The Newport, Harry's, Fluties, Indochine, Nell's, Cornell Club, and New York Yacht Place, the regular places. He had a yacht? No, he just hung out there. And where did he go to school? Don't you know this? I just wanted to know if you know. Before Yale, if I remember, St. Paul's. Listen, I just want to help. I understand. He makes another note. Anything else you could tell me about Owens? We were both seven in 1969. So was I. Do you have any witnesses or fingerprints? Well, there was a message on his answering machine that says he went to London. Well, maybe he did, huh? His girlfriend doesn't think so. But has anyone seen him in London? Actually, yes. Well, I've had a hard time getting an actual verification. Stephen Hughes said he saw him in a restaurant there. But I checked it out, and what happened is he mistook a Hubert Ainsworth for Paul. So, oh, was he involved in at all? Do you think in the occultism or Satan worship? What? I know it sounds like a lame question, but in New Jersey last month, I don't know if you heard about this, but a young stockbroker was recently arrested and charged with murdering a young Chicano girl and performed voodoo rituals with various body parts. Yikes. No, Paul wasn't into that. He followed a balanced diet, and yeah, I know, he was into the whole Yale thing. Have you consulted a psychic? No. And his apartment, has his apartment been burglarized? No, it actually hadn't. Toiletries were missing, and his suit was gone, so was some luggage. That's it. I mean, no one's dealing with the homicide squad or anything yet, right? No, not yet. As I said, we're not sure, but basically no one has seen or heard anything. That's so typical, isn't it? It's just so strange. One day someone's walking around, going to work, alive, and then nothing. People just disappear. The earth just opens up and swallows people. Eerie. Real eerie. You'll have to excuse me. I have a lunch meeting with Cliff Huxtable at Four Seasons in 20 minutes. Is it Four Seasons a little far uptown? I mean, aren't you going to be late? No, there's one down here. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Bateman leads him to the door. Yes, it's very good. Kimball turns to face him. Listen, if anything occurs to you, any information at all, absolutely. I'm 100% with you. Great. Thank you for your time, Mr. Bateman. Bateman closes the door firmly on Kimball. He closes his eyes and leans against the door, sweating. So now he's at the apartment again. And then I think he was watching in this scene he was watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I don't really have ambient noise for that, 'cause I can't put on the background noise of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So, deal with it. Chainsaw noises. I just find chainsaw noises. Okay. I'll just find chainsaw noises. Chain noises. This feels so silly. This feels so silly. Oh, no, wait. Actually, no, we're in Courtney's, so we need sexy music, actually. We need the sexy music. Okay, there we go. We need sexy music. Okay. So Bateman is lying on top of Courtney in her bed after sex, still panting and rolling off of her onto his back. He feels something lumpy underneath him, pulls out a stuffed toy, a black cat with blue jewel eyes. There is silence. Will you call me before Thanksgiving? Maybe. Courtney sighs and reaches for a bottle of pills on her nightstand, swallows several. Bateman gets up and begins to dress, admiring himself in the mirror. Courtney watches the TV at low volume. What are you doing tonight? Bateman, dinner at the River Cafe. I'll bar afterwards, maybe. Courtney, that's nice. You and Louis? We were supposed to have dinner at Tad and Mara's, but you know how Louis is. Bateman, I never knew you smoke. Courtney, you never noticed. Bateman's making final adjustments to his tie. Courtney, listen, Patrick, can we talk? Bateman, you look marvelous. There's something to say. You're going to marry Lewis. Next week, no less. Courtney, isn't that special? Patrick? Bateman, yes, Courtney? Courtney, if I don't see you before Thanksgiving, have a nice one, okay? Bateman, you too. Courtney picks up a black cat and starts petting its head. Bateman heads down the hallway, front door. Patrick? Yes? Nothing. Okay, and then there's another deleted scene here. I don't know if I should read this scene. Nah, I won't skip it. I'll skip it. Okay. So now we're at the nightclub, and I think this is... Okay, I guess I'll read this one. I'll read this one. So, Big A's nightclub. So now we need our nightclub music. There we go. There we go. A big 80s nightclub with a mixed crowd of hip-hop kids, visitors from Jersey, downtown art people, and yuppies. Bateman makes his way through the crowd bars. He tries to attract the bartender's attention. He's wearing a suit and his tie is loosened. Kimball approaches... oh wait, no, I don't remember this scene either. No, okay, we could skip this. Okay, we could start here. McDermott's waved greedily and the girls disappear. Bateman looks at the models. Daisy and Karen are staring into space smoking. Libby is trying to work on unfolding her napkin. Price signals Bateman for help. Let's have a conversation. So, it was hot out today, no? Where did Craig go? Price. Well, 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗺 is downstairs. McDermott is going to sign a peace treaty with him between the United States and Russia. McDermott is one of the behind glass nose. You know. Libby. Well, yeah. He told me he was in mergers and acquisitions. Price. You're not confused, are you? Libby. No, not really. Karen. 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗺 is not downstairs. Daisy. Are you lying? Pierce. Karen's right. Karen's right. 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗺 is not downstairs. He's at tunnel. Bateman to Daisy. Ask me a question. Daisy. So what do you do? Bateman. What do you think I do? Daisy. A model? An actor? Bateman. No. Flattering. But no. Daisy. Well... Bateman. I'm into, well, murders and executions, mostly. Daisy. Unfazed. Do you like it? Bateman. Well, it depends. Why? Daisy. Well, most guys I know who work in mergers and acquisitions don't really like it. Bateman. So where do you work out? Much later in the evening. This is another deleted scene, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it's another deleted scene, so we could skip that one. So we can go here, and then now we need this one. Ah! There we go. Bateman and Daisy are waiting for a cab. Daisy, my ex-boyfriend Fiddler, who was in there, he plays in the band that just opened for you too. He couldn't understand what I was doing with a yuppie. Bateman, oh really? Daisy, he said you gave him bad vibes. Bateman, that's too bad. Daisy, you think I'm dumb, don't you? What? You think I'm dumb? You think all models are dumb? Bateman, no, I really don't. Daisy, that's okay. I don't mind. There's something sweet about you. He takes his hand and they get into the cab. Later that night, Bateman leaves Daisy's apartment carrying a suitcase. He pauses in the hallway and tucks on some long blonde hair back inside the suitcase. And now we're back in the office. Bateman's office, late afternoon. Bateman sits at his desk wearing Wayfarers doing the New York Times crossword puzzle at dusk. Jane knocks gently on the half-open door and walks in with the folder in her hand. Bateman ignores her. Jean, doing the crossword? Bateman nods while looking up. Need help? Bateman doesn't respond. We see that every space on the puzzle has been filled with the words meat or bone. Jean drops the folder at his desk and walks out. Bateman. Jean? Ree enters the office. Yes, Patrick? Bateman. Would you like to come with me to dinner? He erases one of the ends on the crossword puzzle. That is, if you're not doing anything. Oh no, I have no plans. Well, isn't that a coincidence? Bateman. Listen, where should we go? He leans backward and pulls a Zagat's from his desk drawer. Anywhere you want. Let's not think about what I want. How about anywhere you want? Oh, Patrick, I can't make this decision. No, come on, anywhere you want. Oh, I can't. I don't know. Come on, where do you want to go? Anywhere you want. Just say it. I can get us anywhere. A long pause. What about 𝗕𝗿𝘁𝗂𝗃? Bateman stops and looks through the Zagat guide and smiles at her. So, 𝗕𝗿𝘁𝗂𝗃 is where Jean wants to go. Oh, I don't know. We'll go anywhere you want. 𝗕𝗿𝘁𝗂𝗃 is fine. He dials a number. Waiter, 𝗕𝗿𝘁𝗂𝗃, yes? Yes, can I get a table for 2 tonight? Oh, let's say at 9 o'clock? He checks his Rolex and winks at Jean. We are totally booked. Oh, really? That's great. I said we're totally booked. 2 at 9? Perfect. There are no tables available tonight. There's a waiting list that is also totally booked. See you then. He hangs up the phone and he walks over to the coat rack. He glances over at Jean, who is still standing in the front of the desk, confused. Yes, you're dressed. Okay? You didn't give them a name. They know me. Bateman, why don't you meet me at my house at 7 o'clock for drinks, okay? She turns to leave. And Jean, you'll want to change before we go out. Alright, so now they're in the apartment. And I think there is official music for this, so let me... Yeah. This one. Yes, this is it. Yes. Okay, cool. I knew it. Jean stands by the floor to the ceiling windows, looking out. Patrick, it's so elegant. What a wonderful view. Bateman's opened up the freezer where Daisy's head is clearly visible. Jean, sorbet? Thanks, Patrick. I love some. Bateman walks in with a bottle of wine and a corkscrew in his hand and hands her the sorbet. Jean is eating the sorbet. Want a bite? I'm on a diet, but thank you. You don't need to lose any weight. You're kidding, right? You look great. Very fit. Bateman weighing the corkscrew, examining the point of sharpness. It can always be thinner. Look better. Well, maybe we shouldn't go out to dinner. I don't want to ruin your willpower. No, it's all right. I'm not very good at controlling it anyway. Silence as Bateman walks around his apartment, opening up his knife drawer, looking at the knives. So listen, what do you really want to do with your life? And don't tell me you enjoy working with children, okay? Jean, well, I like to travel. Maybe go back to school. But I really don't know. I'm at a point in my life where there seems to be a lot of possibilities. But I'm so, I don't know, unsure. Bateman is touching a knife in the drawer, feeling the edge of the blade. Do you have a boyfriend? No, not really. Interesting. Are you seeing anyone? I mean, seriously? Maybe. I don't know. Not really. Bateman opens up the cupboard where there's a lot of very neatly organized weapons. An axe, rifle, chainsaw, duct tape, twine, and a nail gun. Jean, do you feel fulfilled? I mean, in your life? Jean, well, I guess I do. For a long time, I was too focused on my work, I think. But now I've really begun to change myself. You know, developing and growing. Growing. I'm glad you said that. Bateman picks up duct tape. Did you know that Ted Bundy's first dog, a collie, was named Lassie? Have you heard this? Who's Ted Bundy? Forget it. What's that? Oh, duct tape. I need for, taping something. Bateman goes back to the cupboard for the nail gun. Patrick, have you ever wanted to make someone happy? Jean puts her spoon down on the table. Wait, no! Put it on the carton. Sorry. Jean, What? Make someone happy. Have you ever wanted to? From behind, we follow Patrick Bateman as he walks across the room and stands behind the couch. I'm looking for, I guess what you could say, I just want to have a meaningful relationship with someone. He points the nail gun at the back of Jean's head. The phone rings. Startled, Bateman hides the nail gun behind his back. The answering machine picks up, and as Bateman listens, he discreetly places the nail gun behind the couch. He sits down opposed to Jean, enjoying her discomfort as she listens to the message. It's Evelyn. Evelyn, Patrick, I know you're there. Pick up the phone, you bad boy. What are you up to tonight? It's me. Don't try to hide. I hope you're not out with some little number you picked up because you're my Mr. Bateman, my boy next door. Anyways, you never called me, and you said you would, and I leave a message for Jean about this too. To remind you, we're having dinner with Melania and Taylor. You know, Melania, she was the Sweetbriar, and Taylor, she went to Cornell. We're meeting at the Cornell Club. So I'll call you tomorrow morning probably. Bye, honey. Oops. You hate that. Bye-bye, Mr. Big-Time CEO Patrick. Bye-bye. Silence. Jean is obviously upset. Was that Evelyn? Are you still seeing her? Silence. I'm sorry. I have no right to ask that. Do you want me to go? Bateman. Yes. I don't think I can control myself. Jean. I know I should. I know I have a tendency to get involved with unavailable men. And, I mean, do you want me to go? Another long pause. Bateman. If you stay, I think something bad will happen. And I might hurt you. You don't want to get hurt, don't you? Jean. No. No, I guess not. I don't want to get bruised. You're right, I should go. She gets up and leaves. Oh, and don't forget you have breakfast meeting with Frederick Benedict and Charles Russell at 21's. Bateman. Thanks. That slipped my mind completely. He sinks back into the sofa and shuts his eyes. Okay. There we go. Yeah! Yeah! Okay, now we go back to the office. Bateman enters P&P and walks up to the corridor and pauses outside with the door of his office. He sees Kimball in the conversation with Jean, and Jean looks through her date book. He watches for a moment, frozen with anxiety. Then he bursts in, shutting the doors behind him. Kimball, I've been waiting to talk with you. Come into my office. Jean, great jacket. Matsuda? Jean looks flustered. Kimball follows Bateman into the office. I actually came to see Timothy Price, but he's taking a leave of absence. Yeah, I got into rehab. Shame. Is he the suspect? Not really. Do you remember where you were on the night of Paul Allen's disappearance? Which was the 20th of December? God, I guess it's probably returning videotapes? He opens his drawer and pretends he's searching through his diary. I had a date with a girl named Veronica. Wait, that's not what I've got. What? That's not the information I've received. Well, wait, what information have you received? Let's see. That you were with, well, I could be wrong. Well, when was the last time you were with Paul Allen? Well, we have gone to a new musical called Oh, Africa, Brave Africa. It was a laughing riot, and that's about it. I think we had dinner at Orso's? No, Petula's. No, Orso's. The last time I physically saw him was at an automated teller. I can't remember which. Just one that was near Nell's. Nell was clearly giving up on Bateman for now. He opens his briefcase and puts away his notebook. Well, thank you, Mr. Bateman. Patrick, please. I hope I've been informative. Long day, a bit scattered. Listen, I'm a little spent for now, but how about a lunch in a week or so when I've sorted all this out? Great, I like that. And if you could try and pin down where you were on the night of Alan's disappearance, it would make my job a lot easier. Absolutely, I'm with you on that. Kimball is rifled through his briefcase. He pulls out a new shrink-wrapped CD and holds it up. You listen to the news. Great stuff. Have you heard it? I just bought it on my way here. Damon stares at the CD, stunned, terrified. Never. I mean, I don't really like singers. Not a big music fan, eh? No, I like music. Just who is too black sounding for me. Well, to each their own. Some lunch Thursday? I'll call your secretary about the reservations. I'll be there. Alrighty. Pause that, and then I think I can go here to this one. Okay, there we go. The strange street corner where Bateman found Christy before. The limo is kept idle as he talks her through a half-open window. Continued. I'm not so sure about this. I had to go to the emergency after last time. Bateman. Oh, this won't be the same as last time, I promise. I don't think so. He hands her $500. Just come into the limo and talk to me for a minute. The driver's here. You'll be safe. Christy gets in hesitantly. Bateman. Nothing like last time. Promise? All right. He pours her a shot of vodka and makes her drink it. Bateman chatted that they were at a cocktail party. So, you're looking great. How have you been? Christy, a little confused. Well, I actually might need a little surgery after last time. Mock shock. Really? Christy, my friend told me I should maybe even get a lawyer. Bateman. Oh, lawyers are so complicated. Don't do that. Here. He writes her a check for $1,000 to cash and hands it to her. She snatches it and checks out of his. She snatches the check out of his hand and gets quickly out of the limo, walking hurriedly down the street. Bateman, bitch. He follows alongside her in the limo, waving a huge wad of cash at her. She hesitates. He uses the money to lure her into the car. As she reluctantly gets into the limo, she reaches out for the money. He snatches it away. Half now, half later. She takes the money and puts it inside her shirt. Okay, your name is Christy. We're meeting a friend of mine, Elizabeth. She'll be joining us from my new apartment shortly. You'll like her. She's a very nice girl. Don't say anything about yourself. Is that clear, Christy? Christy nods. Alright, now they're at the apartment, so we'll put on sexy music. There we go. Yeah, sexy music. I'll make sure there's not an OST for this, right? Yeah, we're good. We're good. The living room. Elizabeth has kicked off her shoes and flopped down on the couch underneath the Bastille's. Elizabeth is an attractive, dark-haired society woman who models occasionally. Christy is sitting on the couch opposite to her, pretending to examine a CD. You look familiar. Did you go to Dalton? Christy shakes her head. In the kitchen, Bateman is grinding tabs of ecstasy and putting them into the bottle of wine. In the living room, Elizabeth is still staring at Christy as if she comes from Mars. Elizabeth, I think I met you at 𝗟𝘆, didn't I? Was spicy? Christy looks blank. Elizabeth, well, maybe not with spicy, but it was definitely at 𝗟𝘆. Christy is still blank. You know, 𝗟𝘆. Christy shakes her head. Elizabeth, anyway, 𝗟𝘆 sucks now. It's terrible. I went there for a birthday party for Malcolm Ford's. Oh my god, please. Bateman enters carrying the bottle of wine and 2 glasses. Christy, who seems frightened, sits her wine and stares at the floor. There's an awkward silence. Christy, this is a nicer apartment. This is nicer than your other apartment. Bateman, offended that she prefers Alan's apartment. It's not that nice. Christy, so where did you two meet? Elizabeth, oh god. I met him at, oh god, the Kentucky Derby in 86? No, 87, and you were hanging out with that bimbo Allison Pohl. Hot number. Bateman, well, what do you mean? She was a hot number. Elizabeth, if you have an American Express card, she'd give you a blowjob. Listen, that girl worked in tanning. At a tanning salon? Need I say more? What do you do? A long silence. Christy reddens and stares at the floor. She's, my cousin. Skeptical. Uh-huh. She's from France. A pause. Elizabeth looks at Bateman dubiously. Elizabeth, where's your phone? I've got to call Harley. Bateman hands her a cordless phone. She dials, stares at Christy while she waits for someone to answer. Where do you summer? Southampton? Christy looks at Bateman and then back at Elizabeth. No. Elizabeth, oh god, it's his machine. Elizabeth, it's 3 in the morning. He's a goddamn drug dealer. These are his peak hours. Don't tell him you're here. Why would I? Damon has poured her another glass of wine. She downs the whole glass, making a face. This tastes weird. She examines the label and shrugs. Harley, it's me. I need your services. Translate that any way you like. You're at Paul Owens? Who? Paul Allen's. I want a number, idiot. Anyways, I'm at Paul Norman's, and I'll carry you later. And I'll try you later if I don't see you at Canal Bar tomorrow night. I'm going to stick my hairdresser on you. She hangs up. Elizabeth, did you know that guy who disappeared? Didn't he work for Pearson Pierce too? Was he your friend? Was he a friend of yours? Bateman, no. Do you have any Coke or Halicon? I prefer to take a Halicon. Damon sits next to Elizabeth on the couch and pours her another glass of the drugged wine. Listen, I would just like to see the two of you get it on. What's wrong with that? It's totally disease-free. Patrick, you're a lunatic. Come on, don't you find Christy attractive? Let's not get lewd. I'm not in the mood for lewd conversation. Come on, I think it would be a turn-on. Does he do this all the time? Christy shrugs. Bateman, Christy, you're not drinking your wine. Christy looks at her wine and gingerly takes a sip. Bateman to Elizabeth, are you telling me you never gotten it on with a girl? No, I'm not a lesbian. What do you think I'd be into that? Bateman, well, you went to Sarah Lawrence's for one thing. Those are Sarah Lawrence guys, Patrick. You're making me feel weird. Okay. I think there is an OST for this. Let me see. Is it this one? Oh, no. I do need to ready this one, though. Okay, we're gonna ready this one. Liz is now withering around the couch and making out with Christy. Bateman holds up a Whitney Houston CD, showing them a picture of Whitney on the cover. Did you know that Whitney Houston's debut LP simply called Whitney Houston had 4 #1 singles on it? Did you know that, Christy? Whitney's voice leaps across so many boundaries and is so versatile. Though she's mainly a jazz singer, it's hard to take in the album on first listening. You actually listen to Whitney Houston? You actually have a Whitney Houston CD? More than one? She giggles, rolling off the sofa onto the floor. It's hard to choose a favorite track amongst all the great ones. The Greatest Love of All is one of the best, the most powerful song ever written about self-preservation and dignity. Its universal message crosses all boundaries, and instills one with hope that it's not too late to better ourselves, to act kinder. Since, Elizabeth, it's impossible in the world we live in to empathize with others, we can always empathize with ourselves. At each space he opens the case, it carefully places the CD into the player, admiring its pristine silver surface, and we watch it slide into the machine. It's a really important message, crucial, really. It's beautifully stated on the album. Okay. Okay. So now I'm gonna silence this because we're gonna get into one of the actual OSTs. Okay. In out of focus home video shot of Elizabeth, Christine, and Bateman into the thrones of sex in the master bedroom. Ooh, it's loud. Cut back to a wide shot of the bedroom, particularly blocked by the tall video camera in the foreground. Their bodies are an incoherent tangle of arms and legs. The only sounds are moans, heavy breathing, and the slapping of flesh against flesh. Closing on Christy's head and shoulders, her eyes are shut as she grimly concentrates on giving a good professional performance, turning her head every so often to check the progress of her partner. Off screen, we hear Elizabeth panting in a genuine pleasure, moaning loudly. Her voice gets louder and louder, and then shifts to actual pain. Damon rises off the bed, and suddenly appearing behind Christy, there's a blood on his face. Christy turns her head and sees him. She screams and leaps off the bed, running out of the room. She slams in the mirrored door and behind her, and swings shut for a split second. We see Elizabeth writhing in pain on the bed, withering in pain on the bed. We follow Christy out of the room, panicking and screaming. Christy runs down a darkened hallway, frantically opening doors, looking for an escape. She hears the sound of a chainsaw. Oh, hold on, we gotta get our chainsaw! We gotta get a chainsaw! Chainsaw! Chainsaw, chainsaw, chainsaw. There we go. There we go. She hears the sound of a chainsaw coming from the bedroom. She opens the closet. The closet lights up as she opens the door and sees 2 dead women hanging inside. She screams, then claps her hand over her mouth. She stops and listens. This is the sound of a chainsaw. She backs away, slowly, into another dark room, lit only by the light of a television set. Through the darkness, she sees a head on top of the TV and starts to whimper. She runs towards the nearest door. Finding herself in the main hallway, she begins to jog towards the front door, then runs. Bateman appears out of nowhere, holding a chainsaw splattered with blood. Christine screams and changes directions. Bateman leaps at her, bellowing. They run through the bedroom into the bathroom. Christine trips over Elizabeth's body, which is half in the bathtub. Both are slipping on the floor, which is slick with blood. Christine falls, tries to get up. Bateman grabs her legs as he tries to bite into it. She kicks him in the face and runs towards the front door. He runs after her. Not the face, you bitch! Not the fucking face, you piece of bitch trash! Christine, screaming, makes it out of the front door. Bateman runs after her. She runs down the hall, screaming and banging the doors. She moves to the elevator, pounding hysterically onto the button. She sees the stairwell and runs for it. Bateman sees this and runs after her, revving the chainsaw. She runs down the stairs. Bateman 2 flights behind her. He stops, leans over the railing to look at her, then aims the chainsaw at her and drops it. Christine screams off screen, then suddenly silence. From Bateman's POV, we see Christine's body sprawled face down on the bottom of the stairwell. Chainsaw sticks out of her back like a sword. Okay. Turn that down. I don't think we'll need that anymore. And then we can turn that down. Nice. Okay. Alrighty. So now we need the... where is it? Hold on, I can't find my, restaurant ambience music. There it is. Okay, there we go. An insanely so now we're at Crayon's early evening. An insanely expensive restaurant with a childhood motif. Paper tablecloths and jar of crayons on the drawing. Tons of primary colors. A goldfish bowl on each table. Bateman is at a table with Evelyn. They are both drawing on the tablecloth. Bateman is drawing Christy with the chainsaw on her back. Evelyn, I want a firm commitment. I think, Evelyn, that we've lost touch. Evelyn lays a couple across the room. Why? What's wrong? My need to engage in homicidal behavior on a mass scale cannot be, corrected. But I have no other way of fulfilling my needs. The woman across the room holds up her hand, displaying a new bracelet. Evelyn smiles and nods approvingly. We need to talk. Talk about what, Patrick? What's there to talk about? It's over, Evelyn. It's all over. Evelyn, motioning the waiter for water. Touchy. Damon, I'm fucking serious. It's fucking over. Us. This is no joke. I don't think we should be seeing each other anymore. Evelyn, but your friends are my friends. And my friends are your friends. I don't think it would work. You have a little something on your upper lip. Listen, I know your friends are my friends, and vice versa. I've thought about that. You can have them. You're really serious, aren't you? Yes, I am. Do you have something against me, Patrick? Evelyn, I'm sorry, you're just not terribly important to me. Well, who is Patrick? Who do you think is? What do you want? I want it to be over. What about our past? We never really shared one. You're inhuman. I'm in touch with humanity. No. I know my behavior is erratic sometimes. She reaches desperately across the table, takes his hand, and pulls it to her. Damon pulls his hand away. What do you want me to do? What is it you want? The occupants of the nearby tables begin to stare. Damon is becoming increasingly agitated. If you really wanted something from me, you could stop making a scene right now. You're so lousy. You are not what? You're not all there. You don't add up. I do too. I do add up. Oh God, I can't believe this. I'm leaving now. I've assessed the situation and I'm going. Where are you going to? I'm just leaving. But where? I have to return some videotapes. Okay, and scene change to Stray Kitty music. Bateman wanders into misty Tribeca streets, seeing a stray cat. Here, kitty kitty. A small, mangly cat rubs against him. He picks it up and walks towards the ATM, holding the cat. He puts the card in the machine. The screen reads, "Feed me a stray cat." Bateman begins to attempt to shove the kitty into the deposit slot. With some difficulty in the kitten squeals. He takes the gun out of the pocket and points it at the kitten. He doesn't notice a woman waiting behind him. Oh my God, stop that! What are you doing? Bateman wheels around and shoots her. She falls screaming to the floor. Responding to the gunshot, a police car siren wails, and this is a Bateman breaks into a run. Police are chasing after him. Responding to the gunshot, a police car siren. Oh, wait. Halt! Stop! Put down your weapon! Bateman ducks down an alley. The cop rushes towards him, seemingly out of nowhere, and tackles him, trying to get the gun away from him. Bateman manages to shoot the cop in the face while both of them have their hands out on the gun, then shoots him again. He reloads the gun, the sound of more cop cars arriving. He runs out of the alley. As he reaches the street and finds a phalanx of police cars approaching. Halt! Put your weapon down! The cops lead out and fire a warning shot in the air. Bateman shoots them. The police return fire. Bateman ducks down behind a parked car and continues shooting wildly. The bullets hit his gas tank on one of the police cars. It catches fire and explodes. The flames light up the scene, illuminating bodies of police, both living and dead. Bateman flees from the scene and the camera follows him as he runs along a row of Porsches, trying to open each one, setting off a cacophony of car alarms. The sound of police sirens draw near. He runs panting until it ends up on the front tail, on the front of a tall, brightly lit office building. As he approaches, the lights of the office building are going off floor by floor. He rushes into the lobby, running into the elevator. Night watchman, burning the midnight oil, Mr. Smith? You forgot to sign in. Bateman wheels around and shoots him. He runs towards the revolving doors as he swings around the doors and notices a janitor who witnessed the shooting. He runs back into the lobby and shoots the janitor. I fucking love that scene. I fucking love that scene for some reason. Into Pearson Pierce lobby. Bateman nods into the Bateman nods at the Pearson Pierce night watchman and signs in. He breathes a sigh of relief as the elevators close behind him. So now we get to this one. Bateman stands looking around at the floor of the linked windows at the panoramic night view of the city and river. Below him, he sees a SWAT team swarming over the roof of the adjacent building. Ambulances standing by and flares everywhere, distant sirens. Suddenly, the sound of a helicopter draws near. Frightened as he drops to the floor behind his desk. Helicopter searched the lights of the building, illuminating Bateman's office for a few moments with a blaze of lights. He's crouched in the corner, half sobbing, talking into the phone as a searchlight keeps circling. Harold, it's Bateman. Patrick Bateman. You're my lawyer, so I think you should know I've killed a lot of people. Some escort girls in an apartment uptown. Some homeless people, maybe 5 or 10. An NYU girl I met in Central Park. I left her in a parking lot near Dunkin' Donuts. I killed Bethany, my old girlfriend, with a nail gun. And a man, some old yabber with a gun. I can't say that word, I'm sorry. Last week, I killed another girl with a chainsaw. I had to. She almost got away. There was someone else in there, maybe a model. I can't remember. But she's dead too. And Paul Allen. I killed Paul Allen too, with an axe in his face. His body is dissolving in a bathtub in Hell's Kitchen. I don't want to leave anything out here. I guess I killed 20 people, maybe 40. I have tapes of it all. Some of the girls have seen the tapes. Well, I ate some of their brains. I tried to cook a little. Tonight, I had to kill a lot of people. I'm not sure I'm going to get away with this time. I mean, I guess I'm a pretty sick guy. So if you get back tomorrow, I may show up to Harry's bar or, you know, keep your eyes open. Bateman hangs up the phone and the helicopter searchlights circle back, briefly illuminating the room. The camera rises up over Bateman's, huddled in a corner, staring blankly at the sky. So now we're at the restaurant. I'm going to pause that. Actually, I don't think this is it. Wait, that's not it. That's not it. So... Oh, this is a deleted scene. Okay, never mind. This is a deleted scene. Okay, got it. Bateman walks into the lobby of Paul Allen's building. He has a surgical mask on in one hand. Doorman, what could I do for you? 28B, of course, Miss Wolfie's up there right now. Miss Wolfie? The real estate agent. You have an appointment, don't you? A little loud. Okay, there we go. Bateman steps into the elevator and walks cautiously down the hallway. Allen's door is open. The apartment is freshly painted and has been immaculately redecorated to English country house style. Overstuffed sofas, lots of chisels, and the flowers everywhere. A young yuppie couple starts admiring the place and talks to realtor, Miss Wolfie. Bateman wanders down the hallway looking for familiar signs. He stops at the closet where he last saw 2 dead girls hanging. He opened the door and was the light switch on, but it is empty. Miss Wolfie appears, smiling. Are you at my 2 o'clock? No. Miss Wolfie eyes him strangely, then looks down at the surgical mask clutched in his hand. Her expression changes. Can I help you? I'm looking for Paul Allen's place. She stares at him impassively. Doesn't he live here? Miss Wolfie, no, he doesn't. Bateman, are you sure? You saw the ad in the Times? No. Yes, I did. It's the Times, but doesn't Paul Allen still live here? There is no ad in the Times. Bateman is shaking as they continue to stare at each other. I think you should go now. But I want to know what happened here. Don't make any trouble, please. I suggest you go. Bateman backs away slowly. Don't come back. I won't. Don't worry. Alrighty. Then this is okay, now we're at this one. And I think we're at... Yes, okay, cool. So, Midtown phone booth. Bateman searches his pockets for pills. He finds 3 different pills and swallows them. He's sweating and taking his jacket off to wipe his face off, dialing a number. Patrick Bateman's office. Jean answers. Jean, hello, Jean? Patrick, is that you? Hello, Jean, I need help. Where are you? Jean, I'm not. Craig McDermott called. He wants to meet you and David Van Patten and Tim Price at Harry's for drinks. Oh God, what did you say, you dumb bitch? Patrick, I can't hear you. What am I doing? Where are you? Patrick, what's wrong? I don't think I'm gonna make it, Jean. To the office this afternoon. Why? Just say no! What is it, Patrick? Are you alright? Stop sounding so fucking sad! Jesus! He hangs up, throws the Walkman, which is around his neck, into the nearby trash can, and wipes his face with his jacket. Oh, perfect. So, the office, the same day. I think this is the same one. Oh, wait. Jean sits at Batesman's desk and is examining the videotape labeled Christina Elizabeth. She walks over to the television console in the corner voice and inserts the tape. You hear Elizabeth's voice. Those are Sarah and Lawrence's guys, Patrick. You're making me feel weird. Okay. And then go down. Okay. And then they go to the bar. So we need the restaurant ambience. Okay. Bateman comes into the bar, a little cleaned up from the previous scene. His He smoothed his hair, but still panicking and disheveled. He spots his friend in the corner, sits down, and still breathing heavily. Price is on his cell phone, trying to get reservations. Bateman, you look a little... You look a little wild-eyed. Rough day at the office? They all laugh. McDermott, hey, look, Price is back, and he's drinking Pierre. He's a changed man, except he still can't get a reservation to save his life. Bateman sits down silently. Why don't you try 150 Worcester? Just fucking call them. I'm not going anywhere unless we have a reservation. The Cirque, the Flamingo East, Oyster Bar, come on, yabbits. Just get a res. Price, keep your shirt on. Maybe we'll lose the suspenders. Bateman spots Harold Keynes at the bar, tense. Bateman, he downs his drink. Excuse me, gentlemen. Be right back. He approaches Carnes cautiously. Carnes, face it, the Japanese will own most of this country by the end of the 90s. Boy, he was so right about that. Bateman, shut up, Carnes. They will not. Carnes is surprised, turns around and looks vaguely confused. So, Harold, get any of my messages? Carnes lights a cigarette, stalling, then laughs. Jesus, Davis, yes, they were hilarious. Was that you, was it? Bateman waved smoke out of his... Yes, naturally. Carnes, Bateman killing Owen, Bateman killing Paul and resorting and the escort girls? Oh, that's fabulous. That's rich. It was a pretty long message, wasn't it? What exactly do you mean? The message you left. Carnes is distracted, waving at people. By the way, Davis, how is Cynthia? You're still seeing her, right? But wait, Harold, what do you mean? Carnes isn't really listening. Excuse me, nothing. Good to see you. Is that Edward Towers? He turns to go. Carnes, wait. Davis, I'm not the one to badmouth anyone. Your joke was amusing, but come on, man. You have one fatal flaw. Bateman's such a dork, such a boring, spineless lightweight that I couldn't fully appreciate it. I was a fool for a second. Now, if you said Price or McDermott otherwise, it'd be amusing. Now let's have lunch or dinner or something. Hilarious, Davis, a killer. What are you talking about? Bateman is what? Oh, Christ. He could barely pick an escort girl, let alone what is it you said he did to her? Carnes looked around the club, raised his glass and passing couple. He laughed politely. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to... Wait! Stop! You don't seem to understand. You don't really comprehend any of this. I killed him. I did it, Carnes. I'm Patrick Bateman. I chopped Alan's fucking head off. I tortured dozens of girls. The whole message I left on your machine was true. Excuse me. I must really be going. No! Listen! You don't know who I am? I'm not Davis. I'm Patrick Bateman. I talk to you on the phone all the time. Don't you recognize me? You're my lawyer. Carnes stares at him in confusion and annoyance. Now, Carnes, listen to me. Listen very carefully. I killed Paul Allen. I liked it. I can't make myself any clearer. But that's simply not possible. I don't find this funny anymore. It never was supposed to be. Why isn't it possible? It's just not. Why not? You stupid bastard. Because I had dinner with Paul Allen twice in London, just 10 days ago. No, you didn't? Now if you'll excuse me. Bateman returns to his friend's table in a daze. They all look at the television where Ronald Reagan is giving a speech about Iran-Contra. They half-heartedly argue whether or not he's lying. How can he lie like that? How can he pull that shit? What shit? Now, where do we have reservations at? I mean, I'm not really hungry, but I would like to have a reservation somewhere. I don't believe him. He looks so normal. He seems so out of it. So dangerous. He is totally harmless, you geek. Was totally harmless, just like you were totally harmless. But he didn't do all that shit. And you have failed to get us into 150, so you know. What can I say? I just don't know how anyone, can appear that way and yet be involved in such total shit. How can you be so fucking, I don't know, cool about it? Some guys are just born cool, I guess. Bateman laughs at this. Price shoots him a look. And Bateman, what are you so fucking zany about? I'm just a happy camper, rockin' and rollin'. Rehab done wonders for you, pal. Working for UNICEF now? Do you want another Pierre, Timothy? Some seltzer water? Oh, brother. Look, he presents himself as a harmless old croge, but inside... Sounds the bar beta waves, but here's Bateman thighs. Here's Bateman thoughts. Okay. But inside, it doesn't matter. Inside, yes? Believe it or not, Price, we're actually listening to you. Bateman, Price, come on, what do you think? Whatever. The conversation breaks up and Van Pan takes out his phone. Whose moronic idea was to drink dry beers? I need scotch. Sound of the bar fades down. Following voices runs over the image of Bateman and his friends ordering drinks, talking to portable phones, talking, laughing, combined with images of other very similar young men at other tables drinking, talking on portable phones, laughing, and talking. There's no more barriers to cross. All I have in common with is the uncontrollable and the insane, and the vicious and the evil, and the mayhem I have caused in my utter indifference towards it. I have now surpassed it. Jean is alone in Bateman's office, watching the video from the screen. From the screen comes down the sound of the chainsaw and a woman screaming. Jean has her head in her hands and looks lost and terrified. She is crying. My pain is constant and sharp, as I do not hope for a better world for anyone. In fact, I want my pain to be inflicted on others. I want no one to escape. As the film ends, the camera moves closer to Bateman. He is leaning back on his leathered armchair, drinking a double scotch, and his eyes blank. But now, even after admitting this, there is no catharsis. I gain no deeper knowledge about myself, nor new knowledge that can be extracted from my telling. There has been no reason for me to tell you any of this. This confession has meant nothing. And that is it! That is all of American Psycho. Read by me. I hated it. I love this movie, but I suffer from hardcore dyslexia. Empress and Elsie, take care of your throat. Hey, I didn't do too many coughing fits too much today. It's because I got new cough drops in today, and yeah, it actually helped out a lot. I need to take another cough drop before we start our next stream, so yay! Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys have fun with it? Did you guys like it? Did you like the ambience music I at least had on for the background? I actually wanted to do all the scenes of it, but I wasn't able to finish all of the background, so this was the best that you got. This was the best that you got. The real American Psycho was the friends we made along the way. It was good, really immersive. Yeah, you're misspelling some of the words, but it was a good reading. I'm sorry. Big dyslexia moment. Please understand. Otherwise, I have to, like, it's either I mispronounce the word or I pause for like 5 minutes trying to actually pronounce it because my eyes mix up letters a lot. And I've been trying my best. I've been trying all week to, like, practice all this. And honestly, if I didn't practice it, it would have been a lot worse. But I think I did good. I think I did pretty good. That's what happens when you have debuff, aka being a woman, aka dyslexia. Yippee! Well, that's all I got for today, chat. I think that's all I got. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah. I hope everyone enjoyed the scenery, the atmosphere that I put in to this. I don't really do a lot of script readings, but honestly, this was pretty fun. I'm glad I got to get a little bit more creative than I usually do with like my scene layouts and everything. Again, I stay pretty true to all this, as you can see. Look at that. Look at that. Iconic. Spot on, if anything. Quite literally the same thing. Now we gotta watch a recording of the musical. I keep wanting to watch the musical, but there's like no place to like actually legally watch it, which is kind of sad. Impressive, very nice. So let's see a novel reading. I could probably do that on Irium, actually. I think that would be a good little mini-series on Irium. We read like a chapter of the novel, like every night. or like in the morning or at night, something like that. You know what I mean? I read a chapter every night. How many chapters? Actually, hold on. I think I have the American Psycho book, but how many chapters? American Psycho chapters. How many chapters are there? Nyaru ebook streams, bedtime stories and Nyaru. That'd be so cute. That would be very, very cute. All right, chat. I got my reservation at 𝗕𝘁𝘂's in about 30 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go here for now. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you. Because of the music, high-key chance that this might get nuked for a little bit, but then I'm going to come back and make sure that it doesn't get nuked. So yeah, but that's, I really didn't care if this was going to be demonetized or not. I just wanted the atmosphere. That's all I really cared about. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and send you guys off though. I'm going to send y'all off to the Chica Fuji Lisa, who is playing Marvel Rivals right now. I should probably get on playing Marvel Rivals with her. Woo. 𝗕𝘁𝘂's, how'd she manage that? Lucky bastard. Dude, I forgot how many bad words there were in the script, actually. There was a lot of yab words that I can't say. I had to censor them. I hope you guys understood. Alrighty, chat. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Thank you. We'll be doing a little... Honestly, I think I might just do another relaxing stream. I'm not going to do a music listen-along stream. I'm just going to be relaxing again. My throat's kind of sore from reading all that. I thought I would be able to... what do you call it? I thought I would be able to do a music listen-along. But I just want to go lay down. I need to have another cough drop before I start my next stream. Alrighty, but don't forget tomorrow, chat. We'll be doing a Twitch front page debut. So please come by for that. Please come by for our Twitch debut tomorrow. Okay, chat. Okay. Yeah. Alright, chat. I'm gonna send you guys out. Who am I to? Did I send you off to? Yes, Lisa. Okay, you guys gonna say hi today, Chica Fuji Lisa. So go ahead and see you later. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you. 𝗬𝘁𝗂𝗧 See you guys later. See you in 30 minutes right here, yeah. Bye bye.